Hello everyone and welcome to our weekly modern tournament here at Ogre Games. It's more than modern. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the suit, Mr. James Church Morley.
It's good to be back, Mick.
We are back. We are back.
Had a invitational.
Oh yeah.
Have a week off.
Yeah.
We
earned that break, man. High five. High five.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sort out, a little bit of life admin.
Yep.
And then back in the booth on the road to the 2018 Invitational. The long road begins now.
Oh man, it's going to be one whole year worth of casting. Yeah, if you regularly watch the stream, like, it's on every Wednesday night. We're going to start back up Tuesday night. I know we always say like it's on Tuesday and Wednesday night. But we're going to start back up on Tuesday because Standard's getting a bit crazy. Standard's getting a bit wonkers. So yeah. Anyway, we're watching a match here between Jeff Ng on the left and Edward Koch on the right. And
so
Edward spotting them sleeves, man.
Yeah, and then basic swamp into Inquisition of Kozilek. And then Jeff's hand was two Brimaz.
Oh, yeah.
The King of Oreskos, I believe it is. And a Detention Sphere, a Spell Queller, and some lands. Blue-white lands. This is...
Great.
This is... And Chalice of the Void, actually. This is not a deck that I've seen in Modern before with Brimaz.
It's like... Yeah, Brimaz is an interesting case study. Okay,
So,
let's bring it. Yeah, let's
the first card hit on the road to the 2018 Internationals, Brimaz, King of Oreskos.
God damn, Brimaz is like
the one and only time we bring this up.
Okay, so I don't know if you played Standard during Theros period, right?
No.
Do you know how Brimaz is back-breaking? Like this card, if unanswered, if you didn't have Hero's Downfall at that point in time, and like that was the only premium removal to get rid of Brimaz, like you're in trouble. But if you didn't follow up with like a Banishing Light the next turn, like you're in deep trouble. And Brimaz it's so powerful. For 3 mana, you get a creature that's above the curve. It's 3/4, right? But then it's still got Vigilance, right? And then, well, it enters the battlefield, it doesn't do anything. But when it blocks or when it attacks, you put a 1/1 white cat soldier token with Vigilance onto the battlefield attacking. Notice it's not tapped. Yeah,
Yes,
it just enters. Yeah,
it just attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just attacks, and it's got Vigilance, which means next time you can attack and still leave it up. So, by all means, this card is supposed to be great. This card is supposed to be like amazing, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
so I think it suffers from a problem that a lot of good creatures have, is that they don't do anything when it doesn't do anything when it enters the battlefield.
Yeah,
it's just a big body, and it'll bring along some cats if it gets to attack or block.
Yep.
Now, the reality is that in Modern, if you want a big body, you probably go to Tarmogoyf, or your big body's a Gurmag Angler, which you can get out, for less, and it's bigger than Brimaz.
I know, but it goes wide. It's able to go wide. Well, okay, so if you want to go wide, Monastery Spear, you go, like Edward is playing the Mardu Pyromancer deck, you go Pyromancer, right? But it's such a powerful card. I don't know why it's not, not played more in Modern.
Yeah, it's
strange.
I just think the thing is, it doesn't really have a home. So the white decks in Modern, white is very much a powerful answer color.
Right.
So it
Yeah,
gives
it's
you
got
the powerful
universal,
answers. Yeah. So but the decks that it goes into are like, it's an Abzan, but they really only want it for, I guess,
the removal and kitchen things,
and
right.
potentially Lingering Souls, and then it's in Death Shadow, but again they only really want it for Lingering Souls. And then the white deck in the format is a mono white Eldrazi deck, a white black Eldrazi deck, or like
mono white like hate bears.
And Brimaz doesn't really hate in the way that a Talia hates or a Leonin Arbiter hates. It's just an efficient creature. So it's interesting to see Jeff packing Brimazes. Yeah. And we'll see what the deck is interesting. So we've seen a Chalice of the Void.
Okay.
Then a tutor for another Chalice of the Void. And a second Chalice of the Void. So he's playing some sort of white blue prison deck, but with the 2 Brimazes. Yeah. Which is interesting. It's not something I've seen in Modern before.
So this is an interesting take on the deck. Like, okay, so Fatal Push there. Yeah. He's just going with Fatal Push to get more spells in the graveyard. I'm guessing he's got
Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah.
So he discarded a Bedlam Reveler to the Faithless Suiting earlier in the game.
So there must be at least one more in hand, because like you wouldn't you wouldn't really discard
Discard.
a Bedlam Reveler. Like,
Unless you had a
honestly
second
speaking.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And this is strange. Like he's leaving up. You know, he doesn't play his Lingering Souls, which is very strange. He could play the Lingering Souls, still leave up. You know, Lightning Bolt.
gets countered
That's in his
by
hand.
Chalice of the Void.
Yeah, that does get counted.
Yeah.
Good point. But Lingering Souls doesn't.
No,
So-
well, yeah, because I guess Chalice of the Void only looks at the casting cost rather than the flashback or alternative cost, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah. And
So
then,
I'm pretty sure everyone knows that, right?
yeah, and then so Mishra's Bubble for Jeff.
Mm.
Interesting. This deck is just full of stuff, just full of things. Mishra's
It's
Bubble,
full of things.
Chalice of the Void, Brimaz, some blue
got-
white lands. Got Celestial Colonnade.
It's got stuff.
He's Spell Queller in the graveyard. Like, you know, what's going on here? What are we doing?
It's got things, you know.
It's got things.
It's got some things.
I assume the basic plan, like with most of the, you know, Chalice of the Void decks, is play Chalice of the Void early, stop you like playing Magic, and then gradually find a way to beat you.
Well, I guess Brimaz is part of that answer.
Yeah.
Well, Geist of Saint. Well,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
so Brimaz or Geist of Saint Trough?
yeah, no,
Geist, right?
Geist, I think so.
Geist, you slam it on the table. Like
Yeah.
you can't deal with it.
Geist doesn't look that good in the face of Lingering Souls, though. That's the thing, you know.
True.
You just
That's
you know
true.
just throw both of the spirits in front of the Geist, and then well, you did 4 damage, but whatever. The bigger problem is the Geist.
That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, Fatal Push is Fatal Push is a card. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
Path to Exile is still a card.
I
But
think-
that's why you play the what you call it?
the Chalices of Void, yeah. Here we see a Bedlam Reveler. There we go. And you can discard 2 Lightning Bolts, which you can't play. Jeff's reading Bedlam Reveler. Obviously not keeping up with the person on Moda who went 44 competitive
44
leagues.
wins.
You know, 220 wins.
Well, that's
with
44
leagues.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks ago. That's 220 games.
Yeah.
You know, 220 game wins in 5, you know, sets of 5.
Easy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Easy.
Shane Boyer is asking, what card game is this? Well, the sleeves are probably from Wei Schwartz, but the card game is Magic the Gathering. If you heard of it, I don't. It's a small game. It's a very obscure game.
Relatively new, right?
It's you know, it's I don't know.
It's only the best gosh
hard,
darn
yeah.
game in the world.
Well, no, Hearthstone players will tell you no.
But they're wrong.
Hearthstone is the best, and then
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh players will come in and it's like no,
But they're objectively
Yu-Gi-Oh is the best. Yu-Gi-Oh is the best. Yu-Gi-Oh is objectively the best. But I can tell you which one really is the best card game in the world. And it should have been Initial D. I don't know if we talked about Initial D before, but Initial D is really the best card game I've ever played.
I've literally never heard of this.
Oh man, it's by what's that? Tokyo Print? I
Okay.
don't know what's that. But anyway, yeah. Best card game ever. If any of you in the chat has ever played Initial D,
So it's-
do put your hands up.
So we've got a judge ruling, and Mick is being summoned from the booth to the feature match table. I think the problem is resolving around Mishra's Bubble. For those of you who don't know, Mick is the resident level 1 judge who's on standby on Modern Wednesday. So he not only oversees the production of the video and does the commentary, but he's also he's dispensing rulings, as you can see the hand of Mick on the screen at the moment. So we'll get his take on what's happening when he gets back to the booth. But you know, as you can see from the board state, pretty convincing position for Jeff at at the moment. Chalice of the Void on 1, Chalice of the Void on 2, Bedlam Reveler for Edward, but just sort of looks glumly at the Brimaz. Obviously Bedlam Reveler 3/4 with prowess. Brimaz a 3/4 that can block it and then brings a 1/1 vigilance token with it to block, so it can actually just take care of the Bedlam Reveler with no spells. And it looks like what's happened is there's been a random shuffle of Jeff's deck. I think that's something to do with the Mishra's Bubble. I think we're going to move on with the game state here. Yeah, the player's continuing. Jeff, I think just considering his options, we can see in hand at the moment Detention Sphere, another Brimaz, and a Disallow. That's the 1 blue for counter target spell or activated ability. So Mick,
Yes.
back in the booth.
Yep.
What happened there? Something to do with Mishra's Bauble.
Yeah, okay. So, Mishra's Bauble. And I guess Jeff, Jeff not too familiar with the deck. So, Mishra's Bauble, Mishra baubles during his turn. Goes to the opponent's turn. You're supposed to draw the card on the next upkeep that you crack the bauble. Yeah? So, he didn't. And he let his opponent like go the entire turn. And then it goes back to his turn and he draws. And then he says, okay, I'm going to draw for a bauble. And he draws the card immediately. And then Edward goes like, wait. You're supposed to draw that last turn. So this is, it's a mistrigger. It's a mistrigger for all intents and purposes. Right? So, and then like Edward saying, yeah, okay, you can draw the card, whatever, the thing. So it is, okay, it is regular REL. Okay, but like I said, the rules are the rules. It is a mistrigger. If it's possible to go back and back up to the point where, okay, we go to this portion where, we back up, we go to this portion where you can do that thing to draw a card, whether it makes a difference or not. In this case, it almost doesn't make a difference, but, we go back to, we can't go back all the way.
Yep.
We can't go back all the way to Edward's turn because, Edward here, discarded cards and, he played a Bedlam Reveler, he does discarded cards and stuff like that. So, had that card on top been, I don't know, Path to Exile would have been counted anyway.
Yep.
So, it's a weird situation, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, and you saw that Jeff put the dice on, like he obviously knew, put the dice on top of his deck to go, right, remember to draw it. He thought it was his next upkeep. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the problem. So, now you'll never forget.
Yeah,
now's a good thing.
Mishra's Bubble, one of those weird cards from Cold Snap.
Right.
Where it's just like
delayed trigger.
Yeah, they would never ever make that card nowadays. Like that's not a card they would ever make. So it's just the little nuances of it. It's next upkeep rather than your next upkeep. It's just a bit a bit strange.
And that's the main thing. Like you have to what we call it RTFC.
Yeah,
I would like to
read the card.
Read the card. Yeah, I would like to call it RTMFC. That's the error.
Yeah.
That you commit. But it's generally a game rule violation.
Yeah, and we see here, Jeff had the Detention Sphere for the Bedlam Reveler, and then attacks the Brimaz. Edward puts 4 Lingering Souls tokens in front of it. Just to get it off the board.
Just to get rid of the Brimaz.
Yeah,
right?
and you see it resolve.
I don't know if Jeff here has. Well, he has another.
He has a second
right?
Brimaz in hand. Yeah, so it's good, great for him.
Just let it be, man.
Just I don't think there's too much to fight over. Just play. Oh, he's passing back. Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay,
wow.
no, he's keeping up the Spell Queller.
I'll say keep up Spell Queller.
Because
but what is Spell Queller countering?
Blood Moon.
It's countering Blood Moon. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
Well, it's Spell Queller countering that Chalice of the Void isn't, but. It's
what's that one red gonna do, man? The lightning bolt and cancel.
Yeah, wow, yeah, and Edwards had enough. Not interested once the Blood Moon got cancelled.
So yeah, Jeff here, manages to win the game. Like Chalice of the Void,
good magic card.
Best magic card?
No, good magic card.
Guys, I think Edward's name is Cole, not Cock. Okay.
Oh, the DCI.
Thanks.
The DCI went wrong.
DCI is going, hey, it's Edward Cole. And the score now is 1-0 to Jeff. Yeah. So, weird deck. I have to say, like, not the ordinary, not the usual deck.
Feels just like a Chalice of the Void deck. In different colours. Like, he's got Trinket Mage to search up the Chalice of the Void, just in case.
You know what this feels like? It's a Blue Moon. Except it's
in blue-white. Yeah,
except
no
it's not got no more Blood Moon.
Unless we missed the red entirely. He's just like, I got red. I got red.
Come on.
It's
give me more credit, man.
Just a testament to the fact that you can pretty much do whatever you want in Modern.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just do whatever you want. There was a
Shake going crazy. It's like, what? Blue white deck runs chalice? Yeah,
this
man.
one.
That's
This
the
one.
new deck tag, man.
this one right here.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just thinking earlier, there was a really interesting article on Channel Fireball today, actually, by Eric Froelich about, you know, Modern is amazing. It shouldn't, you know.
Of course he has to write that. Like, he wants to sell cards.
Modern is amazing, but I don't want to play at the Pro Tour, and it should never be a Pro Tour format. And his basic premise was, you know, like, you can literally play whatever you want in Modern.
Oh, yeah.
But once, you know, there's too many decks, and once the pros have to test, it's, you know, it's hard to get a metagame edge, and, you know, there are just some matchups that are unwinnable. And, you know, when there's a lot of money on the line, you don't really want to be playing Modern.
You don't want to play a game of scissors, paper, stone.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, he gave you the example that, you know, if you're Merfolk, like, you basically don't even sideboard for Affinity because the matchup's so bad anyway that even having sideboard cards is like gonna turn like a 90% matchup to an 80% matchup. You're like, well, what's the point? I may as well just like take my loss. I may as well just, you know, like, I'm just accepting the reality that.
Why don't I just go 2-0, have a good lunch?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now I'll be back.
You know,
I'll be back.
Affinity, I'll die in 12 minutes. I'll go and have a nice walk. You know, get some, you know.
Yeah. Get a smoke.
Cup of, you know, a cup of coffee
beer,
or something like that. So it's.
I was gonna say mug of beer.
Yeah,
but
well,
I think that will affect
the person at the Pro Tour drinking mid rounds is a very bold person indeed, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, that's true. That, you know, we've seen Jeff just bring this random pile of cards to the table.
Yeah,
and it's got game. Like, who would have ever thought Brimaz would be in a Modern deck? I knew it was Brimaz. I know what the photo did. I know what the photo is. I know what it did. But, you know, like, who's you know, but, you know, you can play Brimaz in Modern if you want to.
If you want to, yeah, exactly. Zufina saying, hello, greetings from Netherlands. Hi, Zufina. Haven't seen you in a while. Like, a long while. Welcome back to the show. Earlier on, there was a comment, I think Super H was saying, please feature Sulaiman's spicy deck. Where's Sulaiman?
They think he's in the room. Maybe he is.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's hidden.
All right. He's hidden from your view from all the boxes of goddamn Iconic Masters. Goddamn it, Wizards.
It's going down.
It might as well be toilet paper at this point.
Oh, that's unfair.
No, it's about right.
That's unfair.
Even my mana drains are like worthless.
Oh,
they're
not worthless.
I opened up mana drains and like foil good stuff, man. I was like, I should have sold it.
Should have done.
Yeah, shoulda, coulda.
So yeah, Modern Masters 2017 opened up a Damnation and a Limvala. Immediately sell them.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. No, Damnation sold. Damnation
straight away.
Because I got my Judge foil Damnations. I don't need like some ordinary cardboard without like a shiny side Damnation.
Well, the reality is that Damnation was a
Damnation still a good card.
Price is a function of supply and demand, and it's a supply side issue rather than a demand side issue.
Exactly,
and the second the supply changes, it just moves completely instead.
Well, I won't say it's a supply. It's not high in supply. Okay, so something like Daybreak Coronet.
Oh,
when they reprinted that in MM2, the MM
2015. Yeah.
Oh, that was like the case study of, man, the supply is really low.
Yeah, it's the same for Horizon Canopy now. Like, it was like $90, and then it's it's gone down so
that's
much.
True, yeah. So these are like supply issues.
Weird cards in old Planar Chaos, and it's always Planar Chaos. It's always
always
Time Spiral. It's always Time Spiral Planar Chaos.
Damn it.
It's always like, come on, guys. Like, there was like 700 rares in that set, and like only 2 boxes were opened. So
don't you get it?
Yeah.
Don't you get it?
It's,
man.
Yeah.
Jeff here starts out with a ley line of
a great start.
Ley line of Sanctity, but
it protects him against Edward's discard, and I guess against lightning bolts to the face. But I don't know if it's as good in this matchup as it is, for example, against Burn, where they really want to just be, lava spiking you. And
I guess you want to. I mean, like, you want to protect your cards, right? But I would have put in.
There it is.
Okay.
Chance for 1.
All right.
Wow.
And Edward here is like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like emergency marsh flats cracking. Like, let's find some land. Let's do something.
That's 20% of my deck. Okay.
You know,
Alright.
I guess.
And you see Blood Moon, like, Blood Moon is not going to affect Chalice of the Void at all.
No.
Like, zero effect on Chalice of the Void.
And the fact that Edward's gone for a plane suggests that he really wants to go turn 3 blood. Oh, there's the Blood Moon in the front hand. Yeah,
right.
the second he went and got the planes, and I presume he goes and gets a
Gets
basic
swamp,
swamp now, You see it coming like a mile away. You're like, oh no, he's got planes going to get a swamp. Just there's,
I'm
Blood Moon.
surprised that Jeff here didn't look out for a planes, because like enchantment removal isn't white.
It is.
So, you saw the Blood Moon the last game.
Yeah, and he's sinking. Oh god, what have I got? Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So he's gonna,
Planes? No.
no.
Alright. Planes? No. Planes? He's got Disallow. Disallow is an interesting card to have in the deck.
Yeah, it's
It's like a catch-all.
It's like I guess it's like what acted. So you'd presumably only have it in the deck to counter activated abilities. Because you don't want to. Because if you just want to counter a spell, there are better, cheaper ways to do it. You can just play like a Mana Leak Mana Leak is realistically in Modern always going to be a counter spell.
Yep.
Because of the how much tax. How taxed and strained the land bases are. Like you're never going to have. Someone's not going to have like 3 lands to pay for Mana Leak in this very late game. So the question is, what does what activated ability does Disallow want to counter? So Disallow 1 blue from Amonkhet for counter target spell activated ability.
Yep.
It's
it's like a catch-all. It's a catch-all.
What is it? Are you countering like Emrakul triggers? Is that what it is?
No. This is what you counter. You counter Kitchen Finks persist triggers.
Oh.
Man, that catches people off guard.
Ah,
Can you imagine? Like you go and sacrifice. Okay, so you tell your opponent, okay, I'm gonna start the. I have all the pieces for the combo, and then you look at them in the eye with like three blue mana open and say, yeah,
that's fine.
Show
That's
me.
fine. Yeah.
And the first time he goes to sacrifice the Kitchen Finks and go like, nope. I'm gonna stop the Kitchen Finks from coming back.
Yeah. No,
And then you're all just like dumb and silly.
yeah. Well, I guess it's for that, but that is very niche still.
That's very niche.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's still a counter spell. It's a counter spell.
The thing is, the difference in Modern between a 3-mana counter spell and a 2-mana counter spell is so much. Like in Standard, everyone's just used to having your counter spells are either Essence Scatter or Negates, which only counter like half. So you're like, I need Essence Scatter for the creatures, Negates for the other stuff, Spell Pierce, whatever is slightly less good.
Yep.
And then you're like, but if I really want a real counter spell, I have to play Cancel, or I have to play Disallow at the moment, or I have to, people in Standard condition that 3 is the right, 3 is the counterspell number. But in Modern, there's more stuff.
Yeah,
you
it's
can
like,
do.
2 mana. No, I need Unified Will.
Yeah, exactly.
I need,
So there's stuff like Logic Knot,
Stubborn
for example.
Denial. Oh yeah, Logic Knot.
just
It's like double blue.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
double
fine.
blue is good. Double blue is
But
good.
just delving is so good, especially in Modern way. Just fetch lands, and then Mana Leak, like we said, and then Remand as well. Just the tempo play.
Wow.
Well, I
Okay,
found
wait. Yeah. So yeah, I just have to hats off, man. Like I don't know how many basic lands you play, but Jeff, you just took the cake.
So do you
the cake?
What does he do? Does he exile the Blood Moon, or does he go for the Spirit tokens?
You go for the spirit tokens.
You go for the Spirit tokens.
Yep.
You just so he's got 2 Detention Spheres in hand.
He's got 3
He
detention
got 3.
spheres
It's just Detention Sphere. Yeah. Such sadness.
Just suck it all up.
First one.
Suck
Yeah, there
it
it
all
is.
up. And if Edward here, like Edward can't even kill his own tokens at the moment. Like he's got red mana, but he can't play lightning bolts. He can't play fatal pushes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Careful. So slippery anime sleeves.
Yeah, it's the third layer of sleeves.
So Zipfin asking in chat, what do we think about Blood Sun in Modern? Red Tron.
Bad.
That's
Bad.
the short answer.
Yeah.
I just don't think it has a home at the moment. Why? The Tron deck already has like quite a lot of pieces, quite a lot of fixed pieces. Like it's hard to see where it would come in and for what matchups it would come in for, unless you really want to play a really sort of hoser Tron deck.
Yeah.
Oh wow, here we go.
There we go.
Colligan's command.
Gonna get rid of your
Chalice of the Void.
Chalice of the Void. So Edward had this. I mean, like he had this in the main deck. Yeah.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just maybe more in the sideboard.
Yeah. Not a bad card though.
Yep. Really good card.
Yeah, and then
And
and
you're
then
gonna take, like-
young Pyromancer just getting some tokens. I'll say can't. So they're saying can't target Jeff.
Yeah. So he just target himself. Right?
Well, I think he returned a card from his
No,
graveyard.
there
He
were
returned
no-
a card from the graveyard.
No, there were no creatures in the graveyard. Were there?
Well, I thought there was. Maybe there were.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, he can target himself. Like target player takes 2
yeah,
points of
I
damage.
think that's fine.
no
so-
no biggie.
So then you just look at, does Edward play another detention sphere here, or do you just like getting the Brimaz on the table because it's just a roadblock?
Yeah, no, the Brimas is like 100%.
It seems like Edward's going to win this game with Lingering Souls tokens if it goes. That's his road to victory because the ground's just going to get clogged up super quickly.
Well, he has the ability to kill the Brimas anyway. Oh, he can't cast the Brimas, right?
Oh no, you can't.
Double
You're right.
white,
Yeah, double white.
Okay, so Detention Sphere, gonna get rid of the Blood Moon.
Well, now he can.
Okay, so now he can. Well, he's got a third. Look at that. He's got a third Detention
For
Sphere.
all
He's-
of the detention spheres.
Yeah, Jeff's hand is just gas. Full stop. Like, it'll be hard to imagine that he doesn't win this game. He's got the Leyline of Sanctity on the battlefield. Okay, so I think Edward here might be thinking of... Does he have red mana? Yeah, he does. Of... what's that card? Not Fatal Push.
What we got? Lightning Bolt? No. We're going to see
Okay.
another young Pyromancer
Right.
pass the turn back. So every time he casts a non-creature spell, he's going to get 2 1/1 elementals.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty decent. Now what was I thinking? Right. He's got
Oh, they never.
Faithless Looting.
Oh, interesting.
There we go. Okay.
They never see the third detention sphere
Yeah.
coming.
Oh no, of course not. Like
They see the first one. They might
It's
see the
too
second
easy,
one.
yeah.
The third one, they never see it coming. Just look at that board.
Too easy. Hey, Jamie, can you close the door? Jamie.
So Thoughtseize there. I think
Thoughtseize
he's
just-
just discarding. Yeah. To
Oh,
Faithless
okay. So
Looting.
Faithless Looting there. Yeah.
Just in.
Triple Detention Sphere. Pretty good, I say. I don't know about you.
Wonder if Edward had the older wear and tears in the sideboard. Your favourite modern sideboard
man,
card.
Yeah.
Goes nicely in the Mardu Pyromancer deck.
Yeah, actually, Wear and Tear is like pretty good. Like,
Gets
but you have
Finitude.
you'd have to cast both Wear and Tear to get past a Chalice of the Void. Usually,
Yeah.
because then there'll be like a 3 mana spell.
Yeah, but you get the wear on the chalice and then the tear on. I guess I have to have an enchantment on the field as well.
Yeah, so you can tear first,
Yeah.
and then your second Wear and Tear, then you can wear away the ley line. Well, if you got like 3 mana, why not just Wear and Tear? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on.
Wow, and Jeff passed without playing Brimaz, and he's got Spell Queller in hand. So I
Yeah,
think
he's got
just,
Spell Queller, so he might just run it out for no value, which is pretty bad because
If you're
like
gonna
it
do
dies
that
to Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, if you're going to do that to block, presumably you just play Brimaz to block because it doesn't die to Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, I know. I think Jeff might be worried about a second
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon, yeah. But if you were
Yeah.
worried about a second Blood Moon, you would just, run out that Brimaz.
Now, because you don't have the second planes to play it.
Oh, wow. Edward here chose not to bolt the Spell Queller.
Interesting. He might be going for the direct damage to your face to win the game.
But
route.
you can't.
I can't, of course.
You
yeah.
can't. You got Leyline and Sanctity, so I think there was a slight misplay there, or I don't know, man.
We'll see what his plan is.
Yeah, and cracking the fetch here.
Get untapped.
Cracking the fetch here not ideal because your fatal pushes are less effective. You know that, or it looks from your opponent's deck that everything in his deck is 3 mana cost, 3 CMC.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, there we go. So Bedlam Reveler.
Okay, so Bedlam Reveler. He doesn't. That's what boggles me. Like he didn't bolt
the Spell Queller.
the Spell Queller. Does he still think that the Chalice of the Void is on the battlefield? Like,
Well, he used Colligan's command on it, so he knows it's not.
yeah, that's.
Yeah. It's,
No, I know he needed the second rate for the Bedlam Reveler, but like you losing that extra token is and your lightning bolt's like kind of useless, so you might as well just go for it, right? And then maybe faithless looting.
Jeff's got 2 Brimaz. Brimaz looks really good against Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah. Yep.
Just looks so good. Just blocks all day.
But it doesn't have prowess, unlike the Bedlam Reveler.
It doesn't, but it brings a +1/+1 token with it to block. So it's, if
I know.
they have not, if it's unprowessed, the Bedlam Reveler, you can kill it without it killing your Brimaz.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you'd be a bit worried, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'd still probably throw that Brimaz straight in front of it and make them have it.
yeah. Oh wow. Okay, he chooses not to.
It's interesting. What is he? What's he looking at? Like, what's he worried about? I guess Blood Moon.
Oh, okay, so here we go. Another spell queller, maybe a disallow. Disallow.
Oh,
Disallow. Now should be the 4 mana. Oh, cryptic command.
Cryptic
Okay,
command.
so
Okay, that's not bad.
counter, tap all your guys. Oh no, bounce it back to your hand.
It's
Okay.
interesting. So he's going to give Edward another spin of the top of the deck.
Oh jeez.
It's
Man, I
interesting.
like that. I like to get more cards.
Yeah, you like to get more cards. I'm not sure Jeff necessarily wants Edward to get more
Of
cards.
course not.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course he
interesting why he
doesn't.
bounced that. I mean,
I would have just tapped like all the creatures, right?
you know, bounce the token because then it just goes away forever.
3 mana, lingering souls. Okay, so
here we go.
there's a clock now.
Yeah. So it's a 2-turn clock.
So yeah.
Another cryptic command though.
So-
That's going to be good.
What I love, okay, another thing I love about like watching people play. So when we stream, right, you don't just know, like you don't just like figure out like what's the best play, you know, in certain situations. What I love is to read people and they, you know, their tells show up on camera, and when you're watching them, like they're not. Usually, you're not aware of your tells. Are you?
Yeah, no,
No,
you're
right?
not. They're
You-
your tells. If you were aware of them, you would know how to.
Then
get
you
rid
know,
of
yeah. Then you wouldn't be telling, right? So like you can see Edward here, like he's got no more gas in hand. Like the way he puts himself, like he's got no more gas in hand. A little bit frustrated, of course, by the triple detention sphere. But I think if Jeff has like an answer to the spirit tokens, you know, then Edward's kind of just blown out of the water.
Yeah, and the cryptic command is a good temporary answer. Basic question: does he just leave up cryptic command again and again, and he's
No.
because the Brimaz just looks rubbish against lingering souls tokens.
Wow. Okay, so he just passes the turn. But
Again,
the
so
Brimaz, the Brimaz is like 5 turns late. It should have
come down when the turn after the Blood Moon, when he had the mana available.
right. When he spell queller the did he
Yeah.
spell queller the Blood
Another
Moon?
Bedlam Revel. Oh, well,
Okay,
Bedlam
so
Reveler.
the same.
Same, but another one. Yeah,
But
here we go.
another
So
one.
counter,
All right,
and
so
then tap all your creatures to prevent a
cryptic
combat.
command.
Yeah, tap. Yeah, there we go.
tap all your guys.
Not
Okay,
bad.
so I think that was a better option.
But you still got to answer. Oh, detention's been number 4.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so
Cast it on the lingering souls token.
so maybe sometimes you don't need talent. Like
maybe.
you need talent to draw.
Well,
to
the
draw
thing is,
stuff off
lingering
the top
souls
of
can
the-
still be flashed back.
Yeah. So do you wait? No, I don't think you wait, because like if you
Yeah, he's licking.
if you
he's
wait,
licking. I mean, what you could do is play Brimaz, and then he'll attack you for 2 and you have lingering souls, and then potentially
and then
flash
pop
it back
and then
to kill you the next turn, and then play
that's when
detention-
you
detention
fire off the
sphere, yeah.
detentions. Yeah. Okay, that's a good line.
You like that? That's
like
a bit
that, I
risky.
like that a lot.
That's a bit risky.
I like that a lot.
Because that bait, yeah. So, here we go. Is he going to do it?
Okay.
This is risky because if he kills,
If-
if they kill the Brim, and he's got Colligan's command in
Ooh,
hand as well.
ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna deal 2 damage to me. I'm gonna take back my Bedlam Reveler. Okay. Draw.
Yeah.
Does he have a dead land there?
So
Okay.
young Pyromancer.
Pyromancer. Because yeah, I mean like 4 detention spheres,
Oh, Bedlam Reveler. Here we go. God, Bedlam Reveler just put in serious work.
Yep.
Draw 3. And this might be enough here.
No, he's got a flashback. Like, okay, so to get back immediate value from the what's his name?
The young Pyromancer.
Young Pyromancer, yeah. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna flash back, you know, the Lingering Souls.
And this is what we talked about, where now Jeff can just say, "Right, got you." Faithless Looting, trigger, young Pyromancer, get an elemental token.
Get an elemental token, draw 2, discard 2,
Discard
another Faithless Looting, and then
lot of cards in the old graveyard now. Come on, flash the Lingering Souls back.
Come on, you can do it, man. You can do it.
Attack for 2.
You can do it.
Down to 4.
Down to 4.
Oh, he's passed the turn back. That's disappointing.
Does he know? Are we like too loud? Does he know that there's another?
I don't think so.
Come on, he's got to do right.
I hate it when a plan falls apart.
Oh,
I had it down.
Yeah,
down.
that was the right one.
No,
that was exactly the right.
I think it was right. And then you see, obviously, Colligan's command: get back bed and Reveler, draw 3 cards, play Young Pyromancer, play loads of spells, get more elementals.
And then then you got Lethal on board.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, do you have the answer or not? And obviously Jeff has the answer, but that's what you put your opponent to. So.
It's like a very precarious position for Jeff here. I don't think there's such a critical mass of attackers that he needs to. And Brimaz can only block 1 creature, and then the token he gets only blocks 1 creature. Oh, he's got an Elspeth Knight Errant in hand. Is that what that is? Yeah. What is this deck?
Cool, I suppose. Does Elspeth give it lifelink? I don't think so, right?
Okay, it gives it +2/+2/+2 and flying, right?
Yeah, +2/+2 flying. One of them.
Let's have a look.
Now Gatherer's down.
It's fine. We can use the magic of the internet.
Yep. Googly, Elspeth Knight Errant. And Google says, I wonder if you click here.
+1 plus.
Nope.
No, so it's +1. Create a soldier token.
And then
+1,
+3,
+3 and flying. Yeah.
Yeah. So no lifelink. Unfortunately. Well, man, lifelink would just totally destroy this game. So let's see.
Detention Sphere on the Lingering Souls tokens.
Okay.
Those Detention Spheres.
Right.
Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. So he
anything else to
passes
do.
the Brimaz. Okay. So Jeff here only has like 4 life left.
Thoughtseize.
He can't target his opponent. He has to target himself.
And he has to lose 2 life as well.
Yeah, he's got to lose 2 life. He's got to discard his own card. Yeah.
And I think Jeff picked it up.
Yeah.
Just gone right. You got me.
Well, I hope here Jeff, shuffles the other cards back in, because otherwise he'll be presenting an illegal deck, man. I've done that before.
Have you?
Yeah. I stole somebody else's card. So I think we were at GP Warsaw. Was it GP Warsaw? I don't know. One of the SEAL events. And then we play, and then he plays an enchantment that taps down my creature, and we're playing like roughly the same colored sleeves. And so like this is the 3rd game, he plays the enchantment. It's like, okay, cool. I scoop out my cards, and then I proceed to go home. It was a fast game. So I told Jan, I'm going to take a break. Go home, go get my EDH deck. I'll come back tonight. Let's go play some EDH. So I leave. And then Jan calls me like about an hour later. Tells me, hey man, I think you got somebody else's card in your deck. I'm like,
oops.
No, I'm pretty sure I don't. And I look through my deck and it's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And I caused him a game loss.
Wow.
I felt so bad. And I know this guy, like Poznan is a small place. So we go like to the same shop. And I'm like, the next time I saw him, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But we were in like the X2 bracket, so it didn't really matter much. But yeah, the day I will never not return my opponent his cards.
Messages don't steal cards, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't just ruin your life, you ruin other people's lives. Yeah. And I was just like, Jan was my mentor, and at that period I was becoming the level 1 judge that I am today. And like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I did bad. I did bad.
So we've got about 10 minutes left on the clock, and I think this is the last game
Yep.
left, and just playing a very methodical pace.
That's a nice way to describe it. I wouldn't
That's what
be
I was.
so, yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was being generous.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You know, players out there, you know, you gotta play on your opponent's turn. You know, the board state. Everybody says like, man, it's a complicated board state. No, it's not a complicated board state. You were here when this board state appeared.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's cumulative.
It's
so
cumulative, yeah,
you're just
exactly.
adding pieces of the puzzle, and you're not creating a new puzzle every time.
Unless you're drawing 3 cards now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you should be having the solution to your puzzle already, and shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't be thinking about it on your turn. You should be thinking about it all the time while you're playing.
So we'll see. So Jeff, is he keeping his 6? I think he's got a couple of lands.
Yeah.
He's throwing it back. Not interested. Cryptic Command, three dual lands. Don't know what he's looking for.
I don't know. Detention Sphere.
Maybe.
Detention Sphere.deck.
Detention Sphere is good against Lingering Souls tokens. Elemental tokens. It's good against those as well.
You know, he's obviously looking for some Chalice of the Voids, for sure. And, you know, something to fight against Blood Moon, I suppose.
Yeah.
And especially since he's on the play. Like, he gets to have Spell Queller mana up. 1 land, though. Oh. No, he gets to scry. Yeah, scry, please.
Yeah, I just wonder, is this 5-card hand better than the 6-card hand he kept? Because he's on the draw. He's on the play as well. So, yeah, right. So we go...
Glacial Fortress.
The new art Glacial Fortress. Don't know how I feel about that. I like the old one. The old one was a fortress made of ice.
Yeah.
The new one is... There's an inference of ice somewhere.
The inference.
I'm not sure what part of Ixalan, which is supposed to be Mesoamerica, is icy, but you know that's fine.
It's the north of Ixalan, man. Like it's like the Arctic portion of Ixalan.
Of course,
maybe?
it hasn't actually been proved that Ixalan has poles, so I'm not sure if north or south or east or west are cold, or where the middle's cold. Or
oh no.
Yeah, and you know, Jess kept a 1-land hand. We saw his hand Cryptic, Spell Queller, Trinket Mage. Oh, he's got Mishra's Bubble though. Just draw that.
Okay.
Play it now. Play it now. Look, then draw a card.
You'll never forget. Like now, I will. Look.
Come on, just what are you doing? Just dab it.
Come on, Jeff. I'm gonna draw a card. Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card first.
Yeah. So he's gonna. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this game's got away from him.
Is there Lingering Souls here? No Lingering Souls. Okay. All right. No. You don't put it back. No, it's not a scry, buddy. It's not a scry. Mishra Bauble, one of the most expensive uncommons until Iconic Masters came about. Yeah, that's not a scry. You gotta draw it, bro. Doesn't work that way. Alright, Lightning Bolt you. Down to 3. Kolaghan's Command? Nope. Sorry, no Kolaghan's Command, yeah.
No, it's you know, I think Edward knows that, you know, Jeff's just got no lands. He's got to be thinking about just getting in there as quickly as possible now.
Oh wow! And then he leaves. Come on.
And still no land.
No lands.
No land. Yeah, I mean, Edward, come on! You've got to be throwing burn at the face now. Let's go. Yeah. Lightning bolts.
Kolaghan's commands.
Yeah, Kolaghan's commands. Just do all of that.
Yeah, just discard card. It's okay. Any card will do. I don't care. Like you're not casting anything. Like everything in your deck is 3 mana and above. So. Mengxuan 11 saying, I think he should have taken the chalice. Yeah, I agree. Like you look at your opponent's hand, and you know they're not casting anything. So why not take the chalice? I agree.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting. Like Edward chose not
because
to.
You get to 1 chalice. You get on 1 mana sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, chalice on 1 will shut down your deck. Whereas Spell Queller, he needs 2 more lands, and then you need to play something, which will be really efficient.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Okay, so does he have a lightning bolt?
There's the Sea Chrome Coast.
Oh, finally.
Only 5 turns too late. Yeah, Chalice of Void on 1.
Chalice on 1. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, so he's got it. Yeah. I love it.
That's a token.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got wear and tear.
Warrantor.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. You know.
confirmed.
Your
It has
favorite,
been
your
confirmed.
favorite card. In Modern, your favorite
one
sideboard
of my
card?
favorite sideboard cards.
One of your
I
favorite
won't say
sideboard
it's
card.
my favorite sideboard card, but it's one of
Attack for 5.
Attack for 5.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt you.
What are you doing? What's going on?
Just
Oh,
passes
it
then,
doesn't
okay.
have it. Another. Oh, basic planes. There we go.
All right.
Right, we
We're
got.
in
Let's
business, we're in
see.
business.
Let's see. Let's make some plays now. You know, but nothing in hand. So it's 2 cryptic commands and Elspeth Knight Errant. Yeah, and he's
Let's
not.
see,
He's
yeah,
not
and Triple
interested.
Veil Reveler.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I know. That's the thing about, like, we just talked about it, that when you watch the stream you get to watch like people's behaviors and people's tells, more importantly. And that's how I can beat Jeffrey. That's how I can beat Jeffrey, because I know when Jeffrey, now I know, you know, I watch him enough to know, like, this is how he acts when he's got all lands. And I was like,
I think Jeffrey's in the Facebook watching
yeah,
on Facebook.
I know. You
So
know,
we'll see if Jeffrey
yeah, when Jeffrey has all lands, I know exactly like how he does it.
got that
He
soul
tries
read.
to stone poke. He tries to like stonewall you, but there's a little bit of like hand movement where he draws the card off the deck, and then like the face twitches a little bit.
That's how Mark and How has a good win rate against Jeffrey also.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know exactly like how Jeffrey reacts when he draws that 20th land off the top of the deck. All right, we're going for a short break. That's the end of round 1. But really, really short.
I think it's the last or still almost the game.
Yeah, there's still no. I think that's last game. No, Martin is still going.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Of course, it's Martin because he plays Dredge.
and he turned up 10 minutes late.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's true. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time, so don't go away. I'll put on a replay of our invitationals. Right, you can join us on the stream. Remember, every Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Singapore time, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. We put up all the replays on youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games, and do check out our website, greyogregames.com, to find out how you can be part of the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals for 2018. And something I did pick up from streaming with Jensen over the weekend. If you do like our stuff, remember to like, share, and subscribe all of our on all our social media channel type places. I'm not good at this.
All social media.
Also, all social media.
All social meets.
Place things. Yeah.
Twitter.
A lot
Instagram.
of stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Check out the Instagram. You'll see photos of cards.
Yeah. You'll see photos of cards and then photos of Danny trying to imitate a card. All right. We'll be right back. So don't go away.
Hey, so you know,
Okay. And we're live. Oh, this hasn't gone live yet. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our monthly tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals 2018, and this is the first monthly of the year. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Jensen Go.
Hey, what's up, people? Changing from casting League to casting some Magic the Gathering. Excited to bring you the action here together with Mick.
Yeah, like, okay, so when you're casting League, right? Do you are you playing? No, you're spectating, right?
No, I'm
you're playing,
not
so you-
enough to play, so I'm just spectating. and
Okay,
bringing
okay.
The action. But I think
That's
talking
good.
about action,
Mhm.
we already see the first lands being developed. We see,
Yep.
I do believe there's a Tolera West being played
Yeah.
from Pichun.
So Pichun's deck, he's playing the Amulet Titan deck. If some of you are familiar, Pichun is last year one of the seasonal qualifier winners for 2017, I think SQ2. And yeah, he made a pretty good run in the invitationals just last week. Of course, using this deck in the qualifying rounds, or not the qualifying rounds, the standard, the seeding rounds. And yeah, he went like 2-0 with this deck. and proceeded to top his group. And looks like Ray here is playing Storm. Wow, okay, a quick gifts ungiven from Ray.
So talk to me a little bit about this modern format. I mean,
Okay.
I'm kind
Oh,
of
so you're
the game a little bit.
okay.
So I'm not too sure about what's happening, but from what I hear, modern is a very explosive format. You see people build up things for the first 3 turns, then turn 4, 5, 6 is where the fireworks happens. So I think we've just seen the first 3 turns happen. What are we setting up for, and who's in prime position to win?
Okay, so both these decks are generally combo centric decks. Okay, so Ray's deck is the Storm deck, which works on this mechanic called Storm, where when you cast a card and it has Storm on it, it creates, when you cast it, it creates copies of itself equal to the number of spells that you cast before this spell. So usually the win conditions are Empty the Warrens, which is 4 mana, create 2 1/1 goblin tokens. But it has Storm. So if you played like 10 spells before that, you have 11 copies of Empty the Warrens on the stack. And so what Storm wants to do is just to cast as many spells as you can in one turn, and then yeah, I'm just watching what's happening, and then go off with your payoff, which is usually Empty the Warrens or what's that other card?
Any form of burn
Grape Shot, yeah,
that
Grape Shot, yeah.
replicates itself.
Yeah.
Grape Shot was the card.
Yeah. So Pichun's deck, on the other hand, also a combo deck, but he uses this thing called Amulet of Vigor. And Amulet of Vigor allows you. Let's bring out Amulet of Vigor. It's not a.
I'm guessing Valakut shenanigans. That we
No, nothing to do with Valakut. So let's bring out Amulet of Vigor. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, it's a little bit off. That's weird. Oh.
Okay, there we have it.
Okay, there we go. All right. So whenever a permanent enters the battlefield tapped under your control, you under your control, untap it. That's it. And so it works with. Oh, okay.
So the Amulet of Vigor is gonna be
So it works with sorry.
giving him lots of mana together with the Primeval Titans effect.
Yes, both with the Primeval Titans effect as well as what we have here are the Karoo lands. They are they're lands that produce 2 mana when it enters the battlefield tapped. And when it enters the battlefield, you gotta bounce a land back to your hand. So you gotta push a land back to your hand. So what happens is that you lay, let's say, something like a Simic Growth Chamber. Okay, enters the battlefield tapped, it untaps itself, you tap it, and then you bounce something back to your hand, and then you use something like Azusa, or you use what we see the Sakura Tribe Scout, I think, where you can constantly keep putting lands onto the battlefield, and this is turn 3, and Pichun has a Primeval Titan out on the battlefield. So that's how explosive Pichun's deck gets. And when he attacks with the next, or when he attacks with the Primeval Titan, whoa. Okay. When he attacks with the Primeval Titan, he'll get 2 more lands from his deck. It enters the battlefield tapped, and it will untap itself, and so forth and so on. So he'll continue all these shenanigans until until his opponent's dead. So yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. But now we see Ray trying to resolve a Baral, and that gets met with a Pact of Negation, unfortunately.
I love the dice on top of Pichun's deck, just making sure that he pays the upkeep costs so that he doesn't immediately lose the game.
Yes.
There used to be a dirty tactic where people, after they untap, they ask them, how many cards do you have in hand? And then it's like, okay, I've got 4, I'm going to draw one. Oh, you just
Oh,
lost the
that's it.
game.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, Pact, you gotta be a bit careful when you're playing with Pact. Like it's, we're playing competitive REL today. All the judges are around. At least just myself and just myself. I think Cass is aspiring judge, hopefully, and Danny is also aspiring judge. But yeah, we're going around, answering questions, and if you happen to catch your opponent off guard like that, that's an immediate loss. Yeah. So packs are quite painful if you forget. But Pichun's been playing this deck for he's been playing his deck for a while. very very unlikely that he'll forget to pay his pack triggers.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you just don't have your morning coffee. So
Yeah,
it's always
it's-
good to have the dice on top of your deck.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a very good it's a very good practice. It's
But he does buy himself a turn with the pack of negation. It looks like it's the untapped step.
Yep.
And he
So
is
it's-
going to be paying for the pack of negation.
mm-hmm.
It's a successful evasion
of losing the game. Yeah, let's try not to lose the game. Yeah. But yeah, like we say, I mean, like Pichun has been piloting. If I'm not wrong, like he's in Singapore at least, he's the forefront of piloting this deck. Like he knows this deck in and out. Like famously in the interview that we did with him, which you can find on youtube.com/grillgames. Like I asked him, how long have you been playing this deck? It's long, really long. And every time I think there's no out, there's absolutely no. I'm looking at the deck list. I'm looking at his deck list. I'm going through like, do you have an out to this? And
I don't think he's drawing for outs here. I think with
no, he's drawing for the win. Yeah, exactly. So goes in with the Primeval Titan. Gonna look for there we go. Cassic Wolf Run as well as another land. Taps everything, pumps into Cassic Wolf Run, and that's the game. Ray just doesn't have the means to fight against this. Against this deck without counter spells. So we're gonna go to sideboarding, and so.
It's very frustrating. Sorry, I'm gonna.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly modern tournament here at Ogre Games. It's more than modern. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the suit, Mr. James Church Morley.
Round 2, we got Jeff back on camera.
Yeah,
because we liked it so much,
we love the deck.
and it wasn't just because he was put on the feature match table by the pairings.
Yeah, it's we actually Super H. We're gonna make your birthday wish come true. Yeah, I don't think it's your birthday wish, but anyway, it's Sulaiman versus Jeff Ng. Sulaiman declined to give his family name because he said, "Man, it's too long. It cannot be longer than De La Clergerie."
De La Clergerie.
De La
Can't be much
Clergerie.
longer than Church Morley either.
No, De La Clergerie is
It's close. It's close. We're
6,
close.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Church Morley is
13,
only
13 with the hyphen.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
13 with the hyphen.
that's cheating. Hyphen's cheating. Yeah. Anyway.
It's
Yeah. Chalice on one.
Wow,
Sure.
Chalice on 1 versus the Storm deck.
All right.
Not bad.
I don't know if this is Storm deck.
Oh,
Look, this
wait,
is
hang a
like
second.
Jeskai,
Oh, no, sorry.
Jeskai something.
I
Super.
spoke too soon.
Yeah. Super H was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. It won't be as long as Mulia one. Yeah. Well, no, Mulia one's okay. Mulia one is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
8 letters.
9, 9, 9.
9? No, 8.
3,
Mulia one.
3. Yeah. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, Isolated Chapel. Never see Isolated Chapel in Modern.
Never.
Never.
Come
Who's
on,
playing
no.
it? Only Jeskai decks are playing it. We
Yeah,
never
yeah,
s-
only
We
Jeskai.
never see Jeskai decks on stream. Never. I think
Never?
I've seen a Jeskai deck on stream before.
I've seen plenty.
Yeah, maybe
I've
you
never
have. I
s-
haven't. It's like the Death Shadow. I never saw Death Shadow, and then you turn up at the invitation. Everyone's playing
It's
bloody
like-
Death Shadow one way or another.
They're playing Death Shadow. Nobody's playing Burn.
Yeah.
This-
No one's playing. Everyone on
What
a
is-
Wednesday is playing Burn.
What is going
Oh wow,
on?
wow! He's cast the old Serum Visions into the Chalice of the Void.
Yep.
Maybe he's just testing to see if Jeff would actually go. Hang on a second.
It's a trigger, by the way. Just saying. So, or it's a clifftop retreat, not this thing. But anyway, yeah, just Chalice of the Void is a trigger. So if you miss the trigger, it's too bad. You gotta remember your triggers.
Yeah, you're a big proponent of making people remember the triggers.
Oh, for sure. I punish them the first time. They will never forget.
Never forget.
Never, ever.
Hashtag never forget.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to forget your triggers. Because, it's so easy in Modo. It's so easy because they put it all on the stack for you. It's like
so easy in
it's
arena. Hashtag spoiler. Can't talk about it. It does everything right.
It does everything for you. So
it's easy. Modo is easy mode, apart from the fact that it's really difficult to use and cumbersome and looks ugly.
Yeah. And and you might just so here's the skill that you need to to gain when you're playing Modo, which is click properly, click OK, play a bit faster. Which you can just accidentally stack your triggers all the wrong way, because in real life all we have to say, okay, so this one resolves last.
Yep.
And then it's okay. But in Modo, no, you have to click stuff, and if you click wrongly, game's definitely not gonna go your way. Sulaiman there also playing a lightning bolt into the Chalice.
So I'm wondering what he's doing. What is he just filling up his graveyard for something? But I don't know what that something is.
Please tell me.
Is it Bedlam Reveler?
No, please tell me it's Psychic Spiral. Man, that would make my day.
Spiral.
Psychic
is
Spiral.
Is that 4 and a blue from Return to Ravnica? The thing that
5 and a blue.
No.
Come on.
Hang on a second.
Psychic Spiral is also the name of
4 and a hang a second. 4 and a blue.
4 and a blue, alright.
Shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. Target player puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
Oh, please, come on, please.
This was a sideboard card in Return to Ravnica Standard, wasn't it?
Yes,
you bring
exactly.
it in for the super long games and then just go for Psychic Spiral for 25.
Yep. You play against control. So once they
this was Nephalia Drownyard when the only win con was Nephalia Drownyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were like, I'm gonna drown you out. And nope, you're not. I'm gonna drown you out.
Yeah, those were the Hallican days of Magic,
man,
weren't
so
they?
fun.
Back in
When
Angel of Serenity, Thragtusk. Oh gosh.
What's that? What's the Sphinx's Revelation?
Sphinx Revelation.
Gosh. Detention Sphere was still legal.
Sphinx's Revelation exists. It's just on an actual Sphinx now.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty bad, but it's true. Still dies to so many things. Dies to so many things.
It's interesting in the chat, filling his graveyard for search to Azcanta. And feeding
cute.
Delve for dig.
Oh, dig through time?
Definitely
yeah, for sure. Dig through time. For sure, man. And then I will have to go over and we'll stop the game and then we'll put on a replay due to technical difficulties. Well, actually, just to discuss, because nothing's happening on the battlefield right now, just to discuss what would happen in that scenario, is that the game would end right there and then.
Would it?
He would get a game loss for illegal deck, okay, and then we're going to replace those 4 cards, or how many ever
his
illegal
8 copies
cards
of Dig Through Time.
Yeah,
if you're playing illegal cards, you're playing 8 copies.
You might as well just go for it, right? Oh no, sorry, 4 copies of Dig Through Time and 4 copies of Treasure Cruise. and then replace it with just basic lands of the player's choice.
Such sadness.
Yeah.
8 basic swamps in the Jeskai deck.
That's so sad.
Or 4 swamps, 4 forests.
That would be hilarious. Just a reminder that
don't play bad cards. Sulaiman reading the Brimaz, because everyone reads the Brimaz.
Exactly.
Because people don't have encyclopedic knowledge of Magic cards. That's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Wow, but Brimaz still a very powerful card. It can end games really, really quick.
Wow.
Is this a cat deck?
Is this what we're doing?
Is this a cat deck?
Yeah, here we go.
Is there a counter spell?
Well,
Like
Jeff has 2 spell quellers in hand
yeah, Jeff,
and 2 detention spheres.
but he's got detention sphere.
What does
which
his
is
deck
okay.
do? It has detention spheres, counter spells, chalices and voids, and brimazes.
Oh wow! Okay, so those were uncracked. I thought those were
In the
already
graveyard?
in the graveyard, yeah. All right, so disallow for sure. But Sulaiman might just fight back. I mean, like we don't know what's in his hand. Spell piercers obviously don't work, but
Just mana leaks.
you know, yeah, negates mana leaks would do fine here.
Venom 1982 asking in the chat. Sorry, Venom, we did see your first message. You reposted.
Yep.
Goes to us from modern information. That's I don't think you should.
Yeah.
GP in Toronto in Canada. That sounds fun. I've heard it's really nice there. What modern deck should I be playing? Playing Jeskai currently, but you can see to Tron Dredge. Just
Okay.
play what you want.
Yeah, play whatever the hell you want. Okay, so consistency wise, all right, play burn. Play burn and get good at it. Not just play burn. Like you have to get good at burn. Like it is not the easiest deck. Like we discussed this on Saturday when we had the monthly. You want to be a good burn player, you got to put in the hours. You got to put in, you know, there's tons of articles, there's thousands of hours of video. You know, you gotta make sure that you put in that work. Yeah.
Wow. So Suleiman remanded his own Saheeli, right?
Oh, nice.
I like that.
That's a nice play.
I like that.
All right.
But you know, other than that, I think you know, burn is quite like a known quantity. Like people will be anticipating burn, right? People always.
So you got that's why you have to play well. Like you.
Yeah. And then but I guess you know.
Otherwise,
Death Shadow's good against Death Shadow's good. It has
Death
game
Shadow's
against
great,
pretty
yeah.
much everything. Unless you want to play like a glass cannon combo deck, like you just want to play something really.
man, you
Like
know what?
Dredge is one of those, right? Is that
Yeah.
if it gets the right hand, it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? Nothing.
That's right. If you're
And-
playing, especially if you're playing against like a non-white deck,
Yeah.
like they're messed up.
Or Affinity's the other one where like if you get a really good hand, you can just play your way through
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
pretty much like through. But again, Affinity's something that takes like
a while
hundreds
to
of
get.
reps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're playing Jeskai currently, there's no reason to not play Jeskai. I think the last couple of SCGs moderns, Jeskai came first and second, like in one a couple of weeks ago. I think they're playing 74 card mirror in the final.
Yeah, but the problem is like Venom 1982 does point out quite aptly, like you just died to Tron, like full stop. Like you put your you might as well just put
every
your
deck
cards down.
dies to something in modern. Like there's no
best
Tron,
deck.
like
Yeah,
Tron
exactly.
dies to decks. Tron dies to presumably burn deck.
Yeah.
Like every deck it is a paper rock scissors format, as Mick was saying earlier. Like
Mhm.
every deck dies to something. If there was a best deck that had game against everything, like everyone would just play it at this point because the format's been so well developed that
Yeah.
it would tend to the best deck. Whereas the fact that it hasn't means that there's
What about Jun?
people still play Juns.
fair.
Play
Jun's like
if you want to play fair, you got to play Abzan, right? That's better than Jun.
No. Jun is like completely fair, or like four
Yeah,
color.
so's Abzan. And I think Abzan must be better than Jund.
Yeah, Abzan has the combo which you can get hated out of pretty easily. No, but if you're playing Abzan, your creatures aren't as value efficient as
Jund. Jund is like no synergy, all power.
Oh yeah, all like
the only synergy is that all my converted mana costs are low
are
for Dark
two,
Confidence.
yeah.
That's the only synergy in the deck. And I have extra cards. I don't mind to discard to Liliana of the Veil. Like we're talking pure synergies.
Yeah, that's
Like
why
they are max synergies.
Okay, so here's a cool deck to run. All right, and we had it in the invitationals. Mono red control. Mono red control.
Chalice of the Void.
Okay, only play this deck. Only play this deck. A, if you have got a lot of money, and B, if you know the format inside out. The minute your opponent lays his or her first land, you need to know exactly what they're playing. Like, if you don't play this deck.
Oh yeah.
You need like intricate knowledge of modern to understand what hands you can and cannot keep, how you sideboard, but it's a fantastic deck to play. It just wins games out of nowhere. You hit against Tron, you hate against Affinity, you hate against everyone. That's amazing.
Yeah, then to say Green Black Rock and
Oh,
Mardu
yeah,
Pyromancer.
the
running
rock
back.
decks.
So Mardu Pyromancer is like the new hotness.
Yep.
Everyone's playing Mardu Pyromancer, and I guess we can talk about this later, but Modern Pro Tour coming up this weekend. I think Modern Pyromancer is going to be, the Mardu Pyromancer deck is going to be like
The deck
there.
to beat, like you.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the deck to beat because I think a lot of people just turn up playing like their Modern deck that they've played for 4 years
Yeah.
to the Pro Tour because they're like, well, the best advantage I can have in Modern is just being really good with my deck, and I've been playing Jund or like whatever. I've been playing Storm for 3 years, so I just play Storm.
Yep.
But I reckon that players who are like, I've got no real fixed preference, Mardu Pyromancer offers like a really good option for attacking, the metagame. It's just Blood Moon is so good. Like we talked about before, Blood Moon is just so good.
Yep.
And then stuff like you get all the cool discard spells. You get Thought Seizers.
You got all the cool discard spells.
You get
with
Lingering
all the
Souls,
cool-
which is
cool-
super.
cool-
Like Lingering Souls, super good card. Like
Yeah,
so
oh,
underrated. But it just does so much. Like Stonewall's Affinity, really
And-
hard.
And why don't you want to draw 3 cards?
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah.
Madu, like the
Bedlam Reveler.
Bedlam Reveler is so good, like so good. Bedlam Reveler draws all the cards. I don't know. That's a pretty bad impression of Trump.
Yeah, but it's
The best.
yeah. I mean, I think there'll be people playing that deck. But going back to the main question, I think it's just play whatever you like. I mean, I would turn up to, not that I ever play Magic. I would turn up to a Modern tournament playing like my mono green
your
devotion,
mono
mono green devotion.
Man, you
deck.
know what? Mono Green Devotion might just catch a hell of people off guard, except for the Madu Pyromancer deck. I think you just die to that.
I think you do. So what it has is so it was in an SCG. Someone SCG like one month or 1.5 months ago was playing a mono green devotion deck, which
yeah.
had like the standard stuff. So like Tooth and Nail, Creative Behemoths, Garuk Primal World Speaker, maybe the one that untaps 2 lands. It has main deck like life gain in Primal Command.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, yeah.
Gain
yeah,
7
okay.
life is one of the modes.
Yep.
That just like stonewalls so many decks.
Gain
And
7
like
life
put non-creature permanent on top of the library. Like you can get that on turn 3 and get 2 modes. So like Utopia Sprawl, Arbor Elf, like and 1 land. Turn 3 you can have a Primal Commander. Then it's just like
Yeah.
I'll just bounce your lands into perpetuity. And then
And then
7
finally
life, and then
get
find
my,
a creature, and then keep playing stuff, and
Yeah.
But I think it dies to Mardu Pyromancer. It's just like got no game whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the rock to its scissors,
Yeah.
So really, just play whatever you want. Just play anything you want.
Yeah, good luck though in
Yep.
the GP in Toronto. Hopefully we see you in the
That's
top
what,
eight.
2 weeks from now. This Chinese New Year.
Toronto. Is it Chinese New Year?
Yeah. Is it?
I'll be enjoying all of the shops being shut in Singapore.
Oh. Cool. yeah. You'll be. Help! What has happened?
Where do I get food from?
You can get it from Cold Storage.
Why isn't McDonald's open?
Yeah, my colleague came in today. It's like she said, yeah, next week we have this thing. We once in a while we'll gather for breakfast, where we don't go out for breakfast, but we buy raw materials for breakfast and we start making it, like cheese, bread, ham. I don't eat ham, of course, but we buy random stuff. And so she goes like, "Oh man, you won't be away. You guys will be away when we're gonna have this. We call it interesting morning hour." So it's like, yeah, it's okay. Why are we having this IMH thing? She's like, "Oh, Cold Storage is open." I'm like, "No, Cold Storage is always open. What do you mean?" "No, the Cold Storage here finally opens." I'm like, okay, I understand now.
Cold Storage, the king of supermarkets.
Yeah, Cold Storage. Well, no.
There's one under my building, and it's just
No.
it
How big is it?
It's fairly large. It's not the big. I've seen bigger ones.
Yeah.
But it has all of the American breakfast cereals that one could ever need.
Oh, okay. So what's okay? So you eat breakfast cereals. Which one's your favorite?
That's a great question. That's a really good question, actually. I like in the UK we have a shop called Marks and Spencers, which you have here.
Oh
in
yeah,
Singapore,
of course, yeah.
And there's basically like an oatmeal crunch, which is just like oatmeal, and then they have like chocolate bits in it as well. So it's just like oatmeal and chocolate, and then you put milk in it, and it is just it's called like chocolate crunch, and it's just delicious.
Oh, okay. What
Oh.
brand is it?
It's just Marks and Spencer.
It's just Marks and Spencer.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
delicious.
okay. I know.
Yeah.
I know. We had it once. I was
Delicious.
like, it's okay.
Delicious, delicious. So bad for you. In no way can it be construed to be healthy for you.
It's chocolate. It's chocolate, honey, and clusters.
Something
and
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do a good one with like raspberries and like yogurt pieces, and it's just like I could just eat that out of a saucepan
Oh,
with a gallon of milk.
my favorite cereals probably got to be
Is it something that
waffle.
tends?
No, waffle crisp.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh man.
Is that Singaporean?
No, that's not Singaporean. That's I suppose that's as American as you can get. Like, cause
No, American you can get is like Fruit Loops or something that has colorings that are banned in the EU.
no.
Like like you can't have that green coloring in the EU.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Oh,
Because
maybe
it's waffles.
Oh,
it's all waffles. You know.
Always apologizing. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. But anyway, yeah, it's waffle crisp, like so sugary, so sweet, smells awesome.
I can imagine. Just maple syrup goodness.
Yeah. All right, so getting that Sahili down.
Wow,
before
here we go.
Counterspell.
Turn 4, Felidar Guardian, game 3.
Yep.
Oh,
Jeff's got.
he's got spell.
answers.
He's got. I think he's got spell card in hand, hasn't he? He's got Disallow as well. Just
Yeah.
hold up the Disallow mana at this point.
Yeah, it's
Counter
just
Sahili
gonna-
activation. Move on with your life.
Yeah, Jeff here playing the counterspell game. How many counterspells is too many counterspells?
4. I don't know. Well, you want your counter spells to do other stuff, right?
That's right.
That's why
yeah,
Cryptic
yeah.
Command's so good, because it's expensive, but it does other stuff.
It draws you that card. Or,
Yeah, and
bounces that-
Remand is good.
because it
Because
draws, you that card.
Yeah, and the other thing is what we saw in game 1, like remanding your own stuff
Yeah.
doesn't actually feel that bad, especially if it's like a storm deck and you're like, I remand like a grape shot with it on the stack.
And then cast
And then
another
cast-
great
and then
shot.
cast it again?
Yeah.
That feels alright, doesn't it? That one feels
feel-
alright.
That feels more than good, man.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think the reality is that the control decks in Modern
Mm-hmm.
have struggled historically because they don't know how to align the answers to the threats.
Yeah.
So you're like, what counterspells do I need? Like, well, do I need Essence Scatters, or do I need Negates, or do I need a mixture of both? And if I need a mix, do I need 1 and 1 or 2 and 1? And then how do logic logic knots fit in the puzzle? And
Do I do
cryptics
spell
and-
piercers?
Yeah,
Do
like
I do, you know?
because some decks don't care about spell pierces,
Yeah.
and some decks don't care about Essence Scatter, and it's just So I think the answer is it depends, right? How many counterspells is too many?
No.
You want to be doing
the-
stuff. You want to be doing stuff in Modern. Like I don't like the decks just do nothing. Like what are you doing? These cards, like Modern, is so powerful. You
I don't know. You cast Brimazes, I suppose.
I don't know. I just feel underwhelmed by Brimazes. Even this card, Pia and Kiran.
No,
Kiran
it's
Dala.
strong. It's
Yeah,
powerful.
exactly.
It's 4 mana for 4/4.
4 mana for 4 over 4 bodies, and it can chuck stuff.
Yeah, you can. It
That's
throws
good.
top-ters
What
in your
does
place.
Brimaz do? It does like sits there. Sure,
He
it doesn't get
attacks.
it doesn't get lightning bolted there, but it doesn't just sits there, right?
It's fine. It's a fine card.
Yeah. So we'll
Wait. This has got to be countered, right? Like you cannot sit there and not do anything with your mana. Right.
let's see if he does.
I don't know.
He's thinking about it, so you can see the disallow.
Yep.
So the question is,
Do I just
I
allow
guess
this?
Pia and Karan are still on the stack.
Yeah.
So he's
Well, he
going,
hasn't produced the two tokens yet.
So he's just going, well, I don't want to counter it. Or
No, maybe he's gonna disallow the
Oh, that's
token.
such
token
sadness.
creation.
Such sadness. So we're going to see through. So yeah, disallow. Okay, fine.
All right, so it gets rid of the piano.
So has Siloan got the spell pierce? 'Cause
Dispel.
That would be.
Yeah.
That'd be. No, he hasn't.
Dispel or spell pierce. Okay, it just passes then. So Sulaiman here, well, yeah,
But that Sahili Rice just sort of sitting there,
not being pressured,
not
right,
being pressured.
at all.
Yeah, because Jeff he can't really tap out.
That's right. Yeah.
Because the second he taps out, it's like, well, if he has a Felidar Guardian, then it's game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if Sulaiman
So it's-
actually does have Felida Guardian. So
you have to. You
You
have
have
to
to
be
have it,
playing
right?
it. Why would you play Sahili in Modern if you don't have Felidar Guardian?
I don't know. I don't know.
he
Maybe
has
just
to,
Sun
he has
Titans.
He has to. Sun Titan, no.
All right, so we're gonna scry that to the bottom.
So Sun Titan and Sahili Rise like a really good, like, look how much value I'm getting. Feels so good.
No,
I'm
dude,
getting
if
stuff
you have a
back.
Salira in the graveyard,
Yeah, you get it back and you go
do it, you go
lid
infinite,
to it. But so here we go. Felidar Guardian.
All right.
Jeff
Okay,
reading Felidar Guardian
Pause that thought.
as if he's never seen these two cards in combination together.
All right, so I'm gonna explain this loop to you now. Do you have a counter spell, sir?
So he's going to make it. Wow, and he's basically the question is, Jeff, do you have a counter spell for the Felidar Guardian?
Come on, disallow. Come on, disallow. Disallow.
So I think it's resolved. He's going to tick down, make a copy.
He doesn't
Comes
have
into
path.
play. Yeah, he's explaining the combo to him. Oh, is he disallowed? Has he got crit? Oh, he's got settle the wreckage.
All right, just go to dispel. Okay,
Disappointing.
so that's it. All right. So we go to game 3.
Yeah, so if he did settle the wreckage, so Suleiman has to pick an arbitrary number to stop the infinite loop at. So
Yeah,
he goes,
that
I've
doesn't
got a
matter.
million Felidar Guardians, and they've all got haste.
And then he's gonna
artifacts. And he goes, I play settle the wreckage.
Yep.
And then Suleiman goes, oh, brilliant, I will get every single basic land out of my deck.
I think he should just stop the... Okay, so I wouldn't let my opponent get every single bloody land out of their deck.
Well, it has to be a basic land for settle the wreckage.
I
right?
know, but I
Yeah.
still wouldn't let my
Yeah.
opponent draw. Look, getting lands out of your deck onto the battlefield is not just drawing cards,
No,
by the way.
Yeah, it's just reducing the chance of hitting lands in later draw steps.
That's right. So, you know, if you had a counterspell, I would counterspell that like long ago. You know, if your opponent had the answer, then you know they got the answer. Like he's representing a negate or is representing some form of counterspell, having those 2 mana up. Just let him have it.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing much that you can do.
So Suleiman is playing a spicy brew.
I
like-
don't know. We've seen it. We've seen it before.
Like, is this good? So this is the question: is this good enough for Modern? This is an infinite combo that
On
can
turn
win
4.
on turn 4 if it's unobstructed. Like
Just
that's
like-
pretty good, right?
it reminds me, of course, of Splinter Twin.
Yeah.
Like that's the turn 4. Like okay,
Yeah, I mean it's more
But-
prone to hate than Splinter Twin because they just go end of turn, Deceiver Exarch, untap Splinter Twin. Win,
that's
like-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to have the Sahidi right, but it's still an infinite combo on turn 4.
Mhm.
Is that good enough for Modern? I've seen it play here and there.
I like the 4-color version better.
So what does the 4-color version?
So
So it
it's
goes
got green, which means that you can run Birds of Paradise, you can run Noble Hierarchs, which means you go from turn 1 to turn 3. And Meng Xuan, demonstrated the other day that you can win on turn 2 with a Lotus Cobra.
Oh yes.
Have you
of
seen
course.
that before?
Yeah, so we had that in the
That's
invitation,
in the
didn't we?
invitations, yeah.
With the
Insane. That's a turn 2 kill. Like, and Meng Xuan just, pulled it off. But that's probably like 1 in 100.
I mean, it
games or
requires
something.
it requires you to have Lotus Cobra and Renegade Rallier
Yeah,
and
exactly
Birds of
7 cards,
Paradise. Yeah, and
2
you need
lands.
2 fetch you need a fetch land.
Yep.
And yeah, and you need an Eldritch Revolution as well. Is
Yeah,
that right?
1 times average.
Yeah.
And the Sahili Ryan.
And the CDI. So you need like
Exactly.
it's like I will draw not 7 cards. I will choose my opening 7. And
Yeah,
then we shall play
if I
Magic.
could-
Yeah, like that's how it works.
If I could choose my opening 7, but that's what happened with the Summer Bloom decks. The Summer Bloom
yeah.
decks is like you have that God draw, like you will win the game. Like I'm very sure if you ask Pichun, he's playing that Amulet Titan deck pre-ban and post-ban, and he can tell you like I'm pretty sure he's played so many games. He can tell you, yeah. I did it, a few X number of times, where X is more than 1.
That deck was so hard to play there. I remember, that deck had before Sunbloom was banned, like the pros were playing the deck, and then
Yeah.
it is so hard to play this deck correctly. You have to think about like percentages of drawing cards and like has 28 lands in the deck, but there's only 1 Boros Garrison, and
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
just, it's just
You watch Sam Black play it.
yeah.
Like he and his roommate, I forget
It's
who's
just
his
Justin
roommate.
Cohen who
Is it
came
Justin Cohen?
second at the Modern Pro Tour
Yeah.
of the deck. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you watch Sam Black and Justin Cohen like go at the deck. Justin is like so fluid,
Yeah.
and then Sam's like struggling as
Yeah.
hell because he picked up the deck from Justin,
Yeah.
and it's like okay, that's the difference between you knowing the deck and you picking up the deck from somebody else, who then you think, oh man, this deck is unbeatable, and it is. It was.
Yeah, it's another one of those things in Modern where you look at the ban list and you're like, why is this card banned? Right? Like, talk about in 10 years in Standard where you're like, what is Attune with Effort?
how did we get
What is
here?
What is Rogue Refiner, and why is it the same as an artifact land or a Stoneforge Mystic?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like-
what is Rampaging Ferocidon, and
Yeah,
why is this card so good? And Yeah. Some beams like that. It's like I can play additional. So it's play 3 lands this turn, right?
Right. Yeah.
It just happens that when you can untap all of the bounce lands, you can just generate, you know, so much mana.
Infinite amounts of mana.
Yeah.
No, you can see why Summer Bloom is banned. Like, it's very clear. You can play 3 extra lands this turn. That is very, very clear why it's banned.
So many mistakes in old Magic. Just like all of these things. I was looking at the Great Designer Search like questions. Obviously didn't enter because I'm not a US citizen and have no interest in working as a Magic designer. But someone posted the questions. I was looking through them, and some of the questions just like, wow, they made like a lot of mistakes in Magic. So you're talking about old cards and like what cards and colors can and can't do and things like that. It's like, wow, some of this stuff is pretty broken. Yeah, Ilham in the chat saying they're a Elvish Visionary in Dominaria. Elvish Visionary.
And ban it after Pro Tour, yeah.
Elvish Visionary is like great card. Like you're like 1/1 for 1, draw like for 2, draws
2
a
mana,
card.
draw a card.
But we have that in standard.
That's better rate than. Do we have in standard?
Yeah, Dustlead and Dreadnought. It's a black one. It's a vampire. You lose a life.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
mini
you
for
lose
Exer. Mini for Exer.
You lose a
Ravager.
life. You lose a
that's
life versus
nothing.
1 mana. 2 mana to draw a card. No drawback. That is better than.
Oh no, it's better. Objectively, it's better, but that effect is still in standard, and I don't think the 1 life is that relevant, especially in a vampires deck, which has.
Yeah, it's got like a lot of life gain, but I mean, like outside of that,
and we saw that at the Invitational in the in Jeffrey's Esper Godfarer Gifts deck. He had 4 of those because you're like you play it, you block something, you bring it back with Godfarer's Gift, you draw another card, and it's a 4/4,
exactly.
and you're just like.
So no, okay. What the difference is that it's in green.
Yeah, and it's also
green doesn't get draws, man.
The difference is also an elf,
and it's an elf,
and that's super good in like the elves combo decks where you're like, oh, literally just Glimpse of Nature doesn't exist. So I'm just gonna like just any card that says draw, I will play it because the biggest problem is not mana; it's like physically running out of cards to play. Like,
I need to draw cards.
Yeah,
now.
I need to, without Glimpse, you're just like, I just need to draw all of the cards.
Alright, so Lyman there, running a. Oh, didn't attack. So Lyman there running a Sahira into a Spell Queller. Yeah, this is a weird. This was a weird one to put up on stream. I have to admit.
Oh, I like it. I think that.
Yeah, Jeff has to make that decision, right? Like he has to sit down and say, okay, so this is good, this is bad. Especially in game 1. No, game 1 he like trampled over like Sulaiman.
Yeah.
But game 2 he had to make the decision. Okay, do I need to counter this? Do I need to make sure that this is not supposed to exist on the battlefield? And because he didn't see a lot of these parts in game 1, like I'm pretty sure he didn't sideboard well enough for game 2 to figure out like, oh, okay, my opponent's gonna try to run Felida Guardian.
Yeah, hard to see from game 1 though. We didn't see much from Sulaiman. We just saw
we saw Sahili Rai, right?
In game 1.
Yeah. We saw Sahili Rai and then he remanded it and it's like, oh yeah.
Okay. So I think Jeff he obviously when he saw Felida Guardian he read it, which suggests that he didn't know how it interacted with Sahili Rai, which suggests that even if he saw Sahili he'd be like, I don't necessarily understand why this card is in the deck.
And then,
which is fair enough, like and then game 2 you see it and you're like, oh, this is not good. I should like cards are coming in. Set to the Wreckage is like, in all fairness, he sideboarded Set of the Wreckage for game 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is very good against those those sort of infinite combos because they're definitely sideboard. So maybe he did see it was coming, but
yeah, but so I mean, like your opponent also gets a sideboard, so
yeah.
Wow.
And we see Chalice of the Void for 1. Such an underappreciated card. Not underappreciated.
How is it underappreciated?
It doesn't. I tell you what, it gets a lot of love. It should get more love. That's what I'm saying. I think it's so good. I think it's so good.
It is.
I think.
Wait. Did he just cast it with 1 mana?
No, he cast it with 2.
No.
There's a land under the Spreading Seas.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna get our. Oh, are they Stardust Dragons? Oh, I bet they are, aren't they? They're like Ghost Rare Stardust Dragons.
Is that Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, yeah. I think so.
Oh, they are so shiny.
Yeah, that's all they're good for.
They're worthless, right? I'm pretty sure. They're worth like $0.
Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon from Duelist Revolution might
I
not be worthless.
How do you know this shit?
Because I've got one. I've got one of those.
playset.
A playset is one.
A playset
playset
is one.
is
Oh,
one.
you can only have one of each kind.
No. You can have. It depends. There's a ban restricted list, but it's in it's in an extra deck, which you only get 15 slots, and Stardust Dragons like.
Oh
tends to be a
right. That's
one-off.
the fusion.
Synchro much so.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Out of your comfort
Now
zone.
we know.
It looks like a Stardust Dragon, which is obviously the signature monster from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's manga.
Oh.
You can basically sacrifice it to prevent the destruction of all your creatures, and then it comes back. So
Oh,
if they did like a Wrath
What
of God,
the
you could
hell?
sacrifice it, and then it would negate it would like
Wrath of
counter the
God?
Wrath of God,
And then it
it
comes
would come back, and it's like a big creature as well, so it's got like relatively large attack points. So it's,
Jeez.
so I think it's that. It looks like that. I'm gonna go check that after because I'm very intrigued. Yeah,
It's a
detentions.
foil. It's a foil.
Yeah, so there's ghost rares, so it's just like the foiling is all silver, and there's like a faint hologram.
So it's a ghost.
They're super rare, yeah.
Right.
They're very rare, yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah,
guessing still very worthless.
presumably, yeah. I mean, nothing's
Venom,
worth anything. Venom, Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm out low. I mean, I think we all are.
So like okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this turned into a very different
Yeah.
stream.
Detention Sphere on the back to your regularly scheduled program. Detention Sphere on
the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, no, on the
Please do it.
on the Magic card, not on the Yu-Gi-Oh card. But get rid of them.
Sulaiman's board starting to look like Yugi's. Yugi Mato.
It's Yusei Fudo.
What?
That's the
Fudo, right.
Yeah,
the
5D.
5D,
So
yeah.
Yusei Fudo.
Fudo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Sahili Rai number 2.
Okay.
Scry 1 to the bottom.
Jeez.
Passes the turn. Sahili doesn't look great against Spell Queller.
Yeah.
Does not look great. GG.
No.
Glacial Fortress draw.
Yeah, man, Jeff is like drawn a whole bunch of lands, but he's got gas. I mean, like he's got another
Spell Queller, right?
Yeah, he's got another Spell Queller. He's got another
Detention Sphere.
yeah, which he can catch.
Is that
like,
a Cryptic Command lurking in the back of the hand as well? And I think a disallow, yeah. He doesn't have much pressure though. It seems all the creatures in his decks are like Brimazes and Spell Quellers.
Yeah, it's 3. Like his deck is only 3 mana cost. That is his entire deck.
Yeah. So Detention Sphere number 2 on Sahili Rai.
Okay, so on Sahili Rai number 2.
Yeah.
And Sulaiman's just waiting for that wear and tear.
Oh, Wear and Tear would be so good.
Oh man, that would be bad. That would be really, really bad. Wear and tear here would just be back-breaking, but I'm not quite sure if Sulaiman runs it. That's not the best. Like, if you're running white and red,
You have to, right?
unless you're playing Burn, then of course you play Destructive Revelry.
Yeah, but it's such a good catch-all answer.
Yeah,
like, just
exactly.
answer. It's like 6 sideboard cards in 2.
Yeah, no, because it also plays around Chalice of the Void.
Yeah.
And if you Chalice on 1, Chalice on 2, you can't go like Chalice on 3 because that's tough. And then what is your deck doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're the mono red control deck from the Invitational.
Oh,
Chalice
yeah,
on
yeah,
1,
okay.
2, and 3. You know, I spend all my time playing Chalice of the Void.
I play Blood Moon first, and then I play Chalice. No, I play Chalice on 4. I play my Chandra first. Then I play
Here we
Chalice
go.
on 4.
Sahili Rai number 3 is going to be countered by Spellcaller number 2, I think.
Yeah, that will put a bit more pressure on Jeff's side.
Well, Jeff's still got to win this game at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, I assume that the game plan is now just attack with some Sahili Rise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to see
Please don't counter
disallow.
it. Just take the Spell Queller, eat the thing. I think he's got to be a bit mindful of, oh no. Yeah, wear and tear. There we go. Spell Queller.
Spell Queller. Okay, remand.
Okay, so remand your Spell Queller. I'm going to draw a card. Something that I scry. No?
Yep, Sahili Rai goes up +1. So +1 is deal 1 damage to target opponent and then scry 1 to the bottom.
Sahili Rai goes up to 4, I think, not 5. Sahili Rai starts at 3, right? 3 mana for
starts at
3
4, doesn't it?
loyalty. Let's
Let's
check.
have a look.
Sahili, right?
Starts at 3. Yeah, yeah, it
Starts
is.
at
So it
3.
goes up to
So
4,
it
yeah.
only goes up to 4. I'm gonna rectify that.
So we're going to see Mick jump over to the table. See the hand, the hand of Mick to 4. Doesn't make that much difference. Because Sahili is still able to go down 2 after a spell quarter attack down to 2. And Jeff just attacking Suleiman. He's not really interested in the Sahili right at this point. He's just attacking Suleiman with the spell queller. Probably just wants to end the game.
Yeah.
Because I think he's got the counter spell. We've seen he's got
cryptic command. Like,
yeah, he's got the disallow. He's got cryptic command.
he can counter bounce. You know.
Yeah. So there's the ability to deal with the Felidar Guardian, and worst case scenario to deal with the
Sahili, right?
Yeah, and the tokens. So, and then another cryptic command off the top for Jeff there. So his hand is just looking stacked. Like one more land, and he would just be feeling great.
Yeah. Luca Guglielmi. Did I pronounce that right? Giuliemi? No, there's no I. Guglielmi. Hi back. I guess.
Sahili right up again.
So yeah, it's up to 6 now.
Yeah, it's up to 6.
Oh, okay.
Celestial
Yeah,
Colonnade off the top. So there's land number 7
Yep.
that allows you to do all the shenanigans like disallow and cryptic command in the
Yep.
same turn, which just must feel so good.
Is that land number 7 already? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he's got
4,
6
5,
on the
6.
battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
So he's just, but he's got double disallow.
Yeah, it's so good.
You're never getting anything through.
So a lot of people in the chat, Pink Epsilon, Chalice is kind of surprising to see. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So this is we saw Jeff's deck in round 1, and this is round 2 now, and it just seems to be like a Chalice of the Void. We've seen a lot of detention spheres. We've seen a lot of counter spells, and Brimaz, King of Orescus, is the sort of quote unquote finisher.
The king,
finisher,
right?
quote unquote.
No.
Yeah. Oh, there's the wear and
so
tear.
there you go, wear and tear. Oh man. Okay, disallow. Come on, disallow. Come on. You
Has
can do
to.
it. No, he just wears.
So is that not countered?
Oh no!
By the Chalice of the Void.
You see, this is where I say.
Right. So explain this here. Wear and tear. He cast tear and it has a mana cost of single white.
Right.
Is that not counted by the Chalice of the Void?
Yes, that it should be counted by Chalice of the
So
Void.
the spell queller does not need to be played.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to see a Felidar Guardian, and then
then
we're going to see a
this is
disallow. So Suleiman looking if he has a spell piercer or dispel. No, he doesn't.
Nope, it doesn't.
And Simon surveying the board. Jeff's going to untap and just attack 4
Yeah.
with the spell quellers.
Unless he forgets about the,
So can Jeff even counter the?
He could.
Can, because I
On the
guess
stack.
it goes on the stack. Then the Chalice of the Void counter goes on the stack,
Correct.
and then the spell queller goes on the stack first, and then it goes I'm
No,
countering it.
no. Yeah.
And then it gets countered, and then Chalice of the Void goes, there's nothing there anymore. I'll just go about my day being a Chalice.
Yep.
Okay.
That's mine, that's mine. What is the CMC of that? The CMC of that is 1. So on the stack, split cards are the side that you cast it. The CMC of split cards are the part that you cast it. Outside of the stack, anywhere else, the CMC is the total cost of the card. So if you play it where, it's 1. If you play tear, it's 2, and if you play wear and tear, it's 3. So yeah, very, it's a very straightforward, answer to that. Tap all your creatures, bounce your Sahili Rai, and now I get in for 4 points of damage. The damages.
Interesting that he did that, because surely you'd want to keep the cryptic command. That it doesn't matter about
you
CD
wanna
Rai. It doesn't
finish
matter.
up again, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, like he's gonna lose his 2 Topters anyway, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
And then Jeff picking up a win there with
Yep.
the old blue-white Chalice of the Void deck.
The old blue-white. This is something very, very new. It's extremely new. Anyway,
It's a lunar eclipse outside.
it's a lunar eclipse outside.
Super blue blood moon lunar eclipse. So I guess we're all
Somebody's
now.
playing this deck. No, super eclipse.
No, it's like it's like
Is
astro.
What? Really? So if I look up, I'll go blind.
No, like,
No, it's a
not
lunar.
so
It's a lunar eclipse. I don't know anything about lunar eclipses.
yeah, but it's a blood moon outside right now, so we're all mountains.
Oh, there's a blood moon too.
We're all
Oh,
mountains now.
No. Only Jurong is a mountain because that's obviously not a basic land. It's all reclaimed land, you know. And Changi and and most of Ubin. Oh, it's a blood moon.
So
Oh,
there
it is a blood moon.
Wow, that's exciting.
All right, we are all mountains. Okay, we are going to go for a short break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time, so don't go away. But before we go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time, on twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames, youtube.com/GreyOgreGames, Facebook as well.
All social media, Instagram.
Yeah,
Twitter,
like, share, subscribe if
Pinterest.
you like. Pinterest.
I don't know.
Yoku.
What's,
I don't
what's Yoke?
Yuku. I don't know.
MySpace.
MySpace, Hulu. I don't know. I'm just like Netflix, Faceplace. I don't know. My book. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back. So don't go away. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 2 of the January monthly tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside. I need to give you a nickname because everybody has a nickname, and I paused there because like it's usually the nickname, and it's like Cass is the magic god, Alfian is the future pro, James Church Molly is the suit. I need to give you a nickname,
Well, I mean,
right? Okay, no, we'll think about it.
you have me stumped.
like-
you have me stumped.
I was gonna go like Jensen. I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. That's not how I usually introduce people. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're watching the match here between Faisal Rosmaruddin on the left, and then Dr. Gan Ming San. We affectionately call him Dr. Gan. But anyway, yeah, it's Gan Ming San on the right hand side here. Faisal looks like, wow, he's playing Tron.
Interesting. So
Yeah. I mean, like, usually I don't see like Faisal playing Tron. Wow, what did Ming San just pull out there? And Chancellor of the Annex?
No, I think I'm gonna need a little bit of explanation for that.
Yeah.
Both of these two players, when I was playing Magic the Gathering about 10 years ago, they were already considered kind of veterans of the scene back then. So these two players have been around for a long time. They've been grinding the circuit. And they have made some decent results for themselves, making some decent finishes in tournaments, small tournaments along the way. I think Faisal, he did make the national team.
He did make the national. He made the national team last year. He made. Well, I think he went for like the last pro tour or something like that. So yeah, Faisal like definitely is. These two players are definitely prolific players in Singapore. And yeah, I don't expect. I do expect a high level of play from both of them. Oh, what is this? What is this?
So this looks like some kind of
Mono blue living
living end. I'm guessing mono blue living end. So
or
he's
like
just
some form of
recycling
living
things
end,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Find a
we
way
go.
to cheat out the leaving end.
Yeah.
Whereas Faisal, okay, so same thing. First 3 turns, what are we going to be looking for in terms of setup? And I'm guessing for turn 4, we're going to be looking at the living end, maybe even turn 3, because I do believe the spell that cheats into play is only 3 mana cost, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we might even be looking for turn 3 kind of explosion from Ming San over here. Whereas for Faisal, Tron, you need a 3 Tron lands in play. And it seems that it's a little bit slow on that so far, but he's going to be building the board with the Relic of Progenitors to slow his opponent down.
Yep.
Now then, the main board, I have to say, very interesting deck choice.
For what? For the Relic of Progenitors?
Yes.
Yeah, so the thing about Tron, right, is that the version of Tron that Faisal is playing is green-black Tron. So it, it ramps out like huge Eldrazi. It's got some of them have the Waste Strangler. Some of them have what's that? This thing. So what's that 3 mana 3/2? Oh man, I forget.
I mean, if you're asking me, if it's not the Lorwyn Shadow Mob block, I probably wouldn't know.
Anyway, it replaces itself. I forget what's the name.
Kitchen Things, 3 mana 3/2.
That card's still very, very relevant. No, but it's got Thought Knot Seers. It basically it can ramp up. Not ramp up, but it can. It pushes up the curve very well. 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops. Very, very, very nicely, and then finally ends off with World Breakers or Ulamauts, and it has some interaction. It's not say a dead deck against Ming San, because he's got especially after Sideboard, he's got Abrupt Decays. He's got playing green. He's going to be able to have enchantment artifact removal. He has main board graveyard hit. And back to your question, why Relic Progenitors is the main board, is because Tron has always struggled against. Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly Modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's Modern. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the suit, Mr. James Church Morley.
Round 3, and we've got 2 competitors from the 2017 Grey Ogre Games Invitational in the feature match area at 2-0.
Hype.
Yeah, big match, Danny Seat.
Yeah. Danny Seat saying, you want to see how to play Bun Nightfall? He comes into the feature match, the booth. Very
keen to either get on the stream or cast on the stream.
Or which is great. Like one thing, what is Danny watching? Oh gosh,
Danny watching.
It's like people shredding paper. I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
He might be taking it like a memento, like I'm in the feature match area.
Like,
Thanks.
Peace
Mom.
out, man. Ikai only starting off with 2 artifacts. That's unacceptable, Ikai.
So Ikai obviously playing Affinity, and what? So we've got Inkmoth Nexus and Welding Jar. I mean, what is in his hand if he didn't, Springleaf Drum off the top? There was such a sadness in the way that he literally just flipped that, played it, and said go.
Yeah, so no lands. I mean,
yeah,
that's tough. Like he needs another land, which is why I'm surprised he kept the Springleaf Drum on the top. So then he here just going off.
Selfless Spirit, Birds of Paradise. That's not bad, is it?
Yep.
That's 5 mana on turn 3.
And for 1 damage.
And you can sacrifice.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
No, right.
He played Selfless Spirit and then Noble Hierarch to cast Birds of Paradise.
Right.
And then he can make all his creatures indestructible as well. Second Springleaf Drum from
Ikai.
What artifacts are you tapping, Ikai?
No, it has to be a creature too. No, this is impossible.
Danny's just putting it all out there. Another
Okay, finally a second land.
a non-matching Birds of Paradise. That is disappointing.
That's
And you can
too
see
much.
Danny's got that collected company in hand that's presumably going to come out at the end turn.
yeah.
Okay.
And Ikai here just stuck on lands. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
Danny Seed trying to show the masterclass on
Quote
quote unquote,
unquote
yeah,
masterclass. Yeah.
masterclass on Bud Nightfall.
I mean, the man has a lot of decks. We've seen him on stream playing a ton of different decks. He had the smallpox deck. He's got the old. He was playing Mardu Pyromancer at the Invitational. We've seen him play the humans deck before, the 5-color humans.
Yeah.
Bant Nightfall, which is obviously a slightly different variation. We're going to see a collected company.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume he's running the maybe he's running the combo in this deck.
Yeah. I mean, like you're playing
Ban
well,
card.
he's got the
Or is he
Retreat to
running
Coral Helm,
retreat
yeah.
to Coral Helm combo?
Yep.
Okay.
so that's the one. Evo Chuck saying hi from Italy.
Hi. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. No, now would be bon dia. I think. No, bon dia is
It's Portuguese, right?
Portuguese/Spanish. Buongiorno. I love the way that Inglorious Bastards, like buongiorno. Trying to fake Italian.
So we see the Knight of the Reliquary, the Knight of Bant Nightfall, Knight of the Reliquary, and a Scavenging Ooze.
Yep. Really not much that Ikai can do right now, honestly speaking.
I mean, what is Ikai hoping for? Just lands and then playing all of the cards?
Wow, Ikai just kept a really sketchy hand. He needed that second land, and I think you could have mulliganed down to 5, and Affinity would still be fine. But Danny, on the flip side of that, Danny had an incredible hand. So
But Danny hasn't what was Danny just played some creatures, right?
yeah, he just plays a lot of creatures.
Played
That's
a lot
it.
of creatures,
He-
yeah.
he is outpacing the
Affinity deck.
The Affinity deck.
Just turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Birds of Paradise,
Birds of Paradise, Self Spirit, yeah,
Birds of Paradise, Self Spirit. Turn 3 another Birds of Paradise.
and collect the company. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of spells, and the fact that he's only got one card left in hand, is speaking volumes of this match, because Ikai just has 4 cards in hand, and he's supposed to be the
Here we go. Artbound Ravager.
And is he going
Pass
to
it down.
try to get more creatures on the battlefield?
No, he's not. I mean, Ikai's got to be thinking about how do I survive, right?
Yeah. It's
How do I
obviously.
not die?
How do I?
How do I not die?
Oh man.
And it's I think Danny just comes in, right? Just crashing
Yeah, with
in.
the entire
Scavenging
crew.
Ooze,
Come on.
just great.
The whole crew goes in.
Come on, Danny, push it all in. Second Scavenging Ooze in hand for Danny as well. So
Oh, it doesn't attack with the flyers.
interesting. So Ikai has the Welding Jar, so he can block, regenerate.
Mm-hmm. Danny's at 16, by the way, not at 6.
Yeah, I think the
So-
the camera.
Yeah, the life counters kind of out of the camera's range. Yeah, man. I would not let Danny shuffle my deck anymore.
Is Danny not playing on the? He's presumably not playing in Build Battle. I assume he would have gone.
No,
he would have
yeah,
gone.
he would have gone last.
There's quite
week.
a lot of guys.
Yeah. If if you guys watch the Pro Tour next week, you'll see Team Grey Ogre Games. Proudly parading around their T-shirts.
In their Gregor Games t-shirts.
Oh, it looks good. It looks awesome.
I've
Have
got
you seen
one.
it?
No, I've
No,
got a
then
Gregor
you-
Games t-shirt.
No, but this is Team Grey Ogre Games.
Oh,
So the Grey Ogre, the Grey Ogre on the Grey Ogre Games T-shirt is okay, very cute, very nice, very style. But the one on the team shirt is Team Grey Ogre Games. Man, that guy looks like he wants to win. He's like that Jeffrey the Ogre. He wants to eat you.
is he called Jeffrey the Ogre?
Yeah, it's Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
Not with a J, with a G and O.
Geoffrey,
yeah.
as in
that's
shorter.
right.
Okay.
Geoffrey.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
So obviously, commentators don't get Team Groga Games t-shirts.
Of course
we just
not,
Get, we just get the regular t-shirts.
We are just we're not part of Team Groga Games. We're
not good enough for Magic.
Yeah, we're not good. We're not good at
full
Magic.
Stop. Not full stop. Not good enough. Just not good. Full stop.
Yeah. That's why we're behind the camera.
Yeah, that's why I've retired. You know,
you got
faded into glorious retirement.
No, I play once a season.
You play once a season.
I play doing
you play one more time than I do.
The game day the champion, the store champion now it's called.
Yeah.
Got to win that play match.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a time to draft, but it's just like
I know.
Ixalan was just rubbish, right? All the feedback was it was rubbish.
Oh, but the
new one seems a bit better. So it's just about finding the time.
Yeah, I haven't been
drafted.
able to.
I've heard it's better. I spoken to people I trust about the draft format.
Oh, okay.
My people.
Your people.
The
people
who I trust.
Light-skinned people.
Wow. No, I don't see life in that through that prism, but that's fine.
Oh, but but you, I'm right, aren't I?
Yeah. So, but people have told me that it's a bit better. So, hopefully,
the accented people.
Yes. But what's it? But yeah, quick win for Danny there. Unsurprising given Ikai's precarious position.
I think if Ikai had that second land, I also don't think like that game would have been any different because unless he was stuck, if he was putting all the counters from the Outbound Ravager onto the Inkmoth Nexus, there's no way that he would be winning that game. It's so tough. It looked to be very tough.
Yeah, and I can see Danny sideboarding very generously for us on camera. And I could see, is it Statocasters in the sideboard? They're coming straight in.
For sure.
Yeah, they love 1/1s.
Yeah.
With it Statocaster, yeah, you can see Reflector Mage is there. And you can see him scavenging oozes coming out. Courser of Crufix in his deck.
Oh yeah. Courser of Crufix, just life gain.
It's good value.
You just need
a little bit of a bump.
That 3 or 4 points of life against the affinity deck. That's it. That's all you need. Affinity, sure. It goes wide. It goes hard very, very fast. Turn 2 is dealing 5-6 points of damage. That's a lot. But it loses a bit of steam throughout the late game, and if you can gain some life here and there, it only manages to kill you exactly. It usually only manages to kill you exactly if you do the math. So, any form of life gain kind of throws that, the game plan out the window.
Incidental life gain against some of the decks in modern, Burn, boom.
And
gain 3 life against Burn and a 2/4 body. Oh.
Plus you've got a blocker.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good blocker.
2/4 blocker, is gonna kill. It's gonna kill anything except an Arcbound Ravager and a what's that 2/2? The champion.
Edge champion,
yeah, that's the one.
And I think Danny probably has access to pretty good sideboard cards, stuff like because if you're playing the normal human deck, you have Viridian Shaman, the 1 green artifact. Or in this one, he might have the Reclamation.
Rex Sage.
2/1 for the elf, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It is excessive.
Man, Rex Sage is crazy.
It's good, right? M15, is that what it was?
Yeah, M15. Rex Sage is so powerful. Now that I think of it,
and it's an elf.
Yeah, it's an elf. Before Rex Sage, I'll go to destroy, enchantment. In green was either Beast Within or Scavenging Ooze. And that was the one that you look for on the curve. If you played the 2-box Birthing Pot deck, right? You go Restoration Angel, turn 3 is Kitchen Finks, and then turn 4 sacrifice Kitchen Finks, bring in Restoration Angel, bring back Kitchen Finks, and then turn 5 would be Scavenging Ooze. That's it. But you have to go turn 5. Turn 5, get rid of your opponent's Birthing Pot. And so, Reclamation Sage just made that so much better. And I think, it's one of the reasons why Birthing Pot. I thought Birthing Pot got banned before Rex Sage came out. And I imagine Rex Sage would have just like
Ring
leveled
doing
the
that,
field.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
would have leveled the playing field. They didn't have to ban Birthing Pod.
And we'll never see it again.
We'll never see it, yeah, because Birthing Pod is like way too good.
Is it?
It really
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's
it
good, yeah, it's
it
good.
really is. Come on, what are you talking
This isn't
about?
one of those things where I'm like, no, I'm
Is
just being
it?
like, I'm being contrarian just to be
Just
contrarian.
like, is it really?
No, it is. It's a good card.
I
I
it's
think
a good card because
If it was green, if it wasn't Phyrexian mana, would it be as good? No, because you'd have.
yeah, it wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I
because
think
you'd have to
Phyrexian
play green,
mana-
but green,
Well, they
green,
wanted green anyway because they wanted Birds of Paradise to go Birds of Paradise into something into the birthing pod, then sacrifice
right?
it.
And then,
But it's just the fact that instead of paying with life, because that's what Birthing Pod could do as 1 and the Phyrexian mana, and then
Yeah.
3 in Phyrexian mana, it's the paying with life. If that had to make mana instead, so it'd make it potentially 1 turn slow, would that have been better?
yeah, I think that
Yeah.
then that would have been quote unquote fixed.
Another Phyrexian mana fail.
Yeah.
So many.
So too many.
Call back to our discussion many months ago about how I thought Phyrexian mana was just the most broken.
No, Phyrexian mana is. I think didn't I not agree with you?
I think you said something about Storm. Maybe it might have been. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was between those. Yeah, Phyrexian mana is just
Stupid,
so
yeah.
silly.
Storm, no. Phyrexian mana for sure. Storm is like whatever. Storm you have to set up. Phyrexian mana, no. You just
So
pay.
good,
Yeah,
so
you have
good.
20 life. Okay, I'll give.
Can
I'll
use it
give
10
some life.
times or 9 times. Yay.
Yay.
Gitaxian Probe, like, come on, people. Who designed that card? Draw a card for free.
For free.
Come on, people. Mental misstep. Just, it'll be fine. No one will play
But
it.
nobody will
Everyone
play.
will
Yeah,
play
everyone's 56 card decks.
Yeah. So E-Card's off to a bit of a better start. So you see Artbound Ravager, Welding Jar, Grafdigger's Cage, Opal,
That's a pretty
Volt
good. Yeah.
Scourge, yes, Nexus, and the Spire of Industry. Danny, bit short on lands. He's got Essex Straticast today, which is going to get Galvanic blasted. Yeah, do 1 damage. There you go. So Essex Stratocaster has Flash
Right.
and Haste, and you can
Yeah.
tap it to deal 1 damage to target creature, and all creatures share the same name with it. So the perfect foil to Lingering Souls tokens.
Man, I'm surprised that that Ikai chose to put the counters on the Upbound Ravager instead. You can sacrifice the Welding Jar to put it on Outbound Ravager. Well, I guess, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But Volt Scourge has flying.
Yeah.
Danny, like, the only flying creature Danny has
Is
is
Birds of Paradise.
well, okay, maybe not only. Birds of Paradise and Selfless Spirit, which he
Yeah.
will still have in this deck, but you can make that Volt Scourge big. Anyway, yeah. So Ikai here kind of stopped in his tracks by a Knight of a Reliquary, and of course there's Path to Exiles and stuff. Alright, just
Another
gonna
Galvanic
burn.
Blast, yeah. So Knight of the Reliquary just a 3/3 at the moment,
Yeah.
and Danny has no way to get 2 more lands into the graveyard to protect it. He's just looking, so Danny's got a Voice of Resurgence of Forest, and I believe that's a Selfless Spirit in hand as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like Ikai's play. Well, okay. Oh, okay. That's another artifact. That's good. Alright, Outbound Ravager beats in.
so Inkmoth Nexus coming in as well,
Mm-hmm.
joining the party.
Alright,
so
so
it
Path
was
to Exile.
Path to Exile, yeah.
Inkmoth Nexus is gonna sacrifice to the Outbound Ravager.
Put +1/+1 counter. Yep,
Yeah, then
2
he,
damage.
3 damage. 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Voice of
So that-
Resurgence.
Man, that's why I don't like, the He could also sacrifice the Welding Jar to save his guy.
Save the Nexus.
Not the Nexus. The
The Volt Scourge from
Yeah.
the Isaac Stratocaster.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was wondering if he just did it to keep it back for more removal on the Outbound Ravager,
yeah.
which is probably how he's going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just see Voice of Resurgence is jumping in front of Outbound Ravager.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
And
foil.
a Forte. So is
Right,
that's
that's from the unglued-
unstable,
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 yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Those tokens were super rare in Dragon's Maze. I seem to remember.
What
The Voice of Resurgence tokens was super rare.
yeah.
Because the tokens had like rarities, and that when it related to a mythic, it was rarer
yeah.
than a token like one of the. They had the 1/1 bird tokens from Selesnya.
Yeah, no, those were everywhere.
Yeah, they were
Those
everywhere,
were
yeah.
everywhere. 3/3 centaur tokens, sure, whatever.
Oh yeah, I love those.
I'll give
Call of
you-
the Conclave, yes.
Call the Conclave, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And then also Selesnya Guildmage, V2 Ghazi Guildmage. Make 3/3, then populate every turn, and we're having fun, right?
Alright, Ikai here. Maybe it's time to put it on the. Oh,
Okay.
sweet stuff. Cool deck tech. Cool deck tech much. Swing in with the team. Yep, gonna shoot down one of your birds.
Yeah, and that'll
There it
make the
goes.
Voice Resurgence a 2/2, which
Yeah.
then gets eaten by the Outbound Ravager.
Ah, okay. So I like this Girpu Aether Grey. I wonder if it's time to put one in the main board because it just gets that reach.
So what are the Girpa Aether Grid?
You tap
For
to
those, 2 in a red. Tap 2 artifacts, deal 1 damage to target creature or player.
Mhm.
Now, what are the flex spots in Affinity that you can take it out? I think Welding Jar is one of the flex spots.
Yeah, I think Welding Jar is one of this.
Galvanic Blast, maybe.
No, Galvanic Blast
You
is
keep
very
that.
powerful. You might want to take out if you're playing Thoughtcast. Maybe take out the Thoughtcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe go down 1 the Springleaf Drum.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's what package do you have in terms of your Etch Champions and your if the name blanking, the 2 taps put 1/1 artifact 1/1.
Yeah, S champion, but S champions have been out of favor for quite a while. Like it's not
Yeah.
the in thing anymore. It's not the
It's not
like
the new hotness.
the new hotness.
It's the old hotness.
Yeah, it really is the very old hotness. But it's in the sideboard, which is crazy. Why would you take it out of the main board to just put it in the sideboard? It's such a powerful card. Like the only reason why you want to do that is because there's a lot of Tron out there.
Yeah.
So Tron can, Ugin can easily get rid of it. But if you're playing against a colored deck, like it's good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to play Magic. I mean, like we said at the beginning of this, like we don't know how to play Magic.
I mean, it's like a very clear disclaimer.
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
I
by
literally only know the names of cards and what they do.
now. I know the pictures.
Yeah,
I can match the pictures.
That's
to
what I'm here
names.
for. I'm pretty good on.
Oh, I can't even match pictures to names anymore.
Oh,
like,
can't you? No.
I can match the picture to what it does.
I see. Okay.
can't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask me a card, I might know it. That's
We
the
we make
test.
like one functional
Yeah.
gatherer.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was doing. So someone suggested. So I was. You might. A while ago, we were doing like a cracker pack and like how they do on limited resource, so like the limited podcast.
Oh yeah.
They do like the Let's Stump Vargas. Like here's a pack, and then I'll read out the card, and you have to tell me what it does, like the mana
Right.
cost. And I was like, I'm pretty good at
Yeah,
Magic
you're
cards.
good
I
at
know
that.
about Magic cards. I'm pretty good. And I was like, okay, do something fairly recent. And we got so Amon get Hour of Devastation, like
Okay.
easy. Kaladesh.
Kaladesh,
Like,
really?
some of the cards, some of the common cards, some of the uncommon cards, you're like, what is that?
What did
And they're
that
like in
do?
standard, and then they're like, oh, let's do something a bit further back. Shadows over Innistrad, literally 2 years ago. Like
Uh-huh.
you're just like, I got 4.
You got 4 out of
Yeah,
15
I got 4
cards.
out of 4.
Wow.
4 out of 4. It's
Okay.
difficult. And as a team effort, there were like 3 of us trying to do it. It was just like even still so hard. And then someone suggested, oh, I can do Lorwyn. I was like, okay.
All right, you're on.
Open up,
you're
like
on.
obviously didn't open up a Lorwyn pack. I went online and like did a random like create a Lorwyn pack
Oh
online.
yeah.
He did. It was with Bryce. He did quite
10
well.
out of
actually.
15?
He got like 9. I
Oh,
was
that's
very impressive. He's like, I played loads of Lorwyn. I was like,
back then, right?
Yeah.
Was that Jensen? Was that Jensen? No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, Jensen was also like, Lowin, bring it on.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Lorwyn.
Don't
I
know.
did Khans of Tarkir because I was like, I played a fair amount of Khans.
Oh yeah.
And it is,
can't
it's just the uncommon. Some of the like, so like the powerful cards, right?
Mhm.
You know what?
like Silumgar,
Yeah, I even know
you
what embodiment of spring does. 1 in a blue, 0
Oh, yeah.
elemental,
Okay.
tap green or cost green to get a land. Gives it your rampant growth.
Yeah.
It's just 1 blue and then 0/3,
And
then
then
1
zero-
green tap,
one-
sacrifice it, get a
Correct.
land.
Yeah.
So I know some weird cards like that, but some of them are just like, you know, Raiders spoils the enchantment, which is
Oh,
three
man,
and a
Raiders
black.
come
When
on.
when they raid, if you attack turn, they discard a card or lose
Yep.
2 life. Something like that. It's just like wow.
No, that's what's that? Raiders Wake.
Oh yeah, Raiders. I
Raiders
didn't know the
Wake, but
name.
no, but
right?
Raiders no, but Raiders spoils also was if you attack this turn, like they drop a card, I think.
Something
Raiders.
like that. So this is something I'd consider doing with you on the stream. You know, in the downtime, was like just opening up a pack and going like, how much do you know about? Yeah, Raiders spoils. Our creature you control get +1,
+1/+0, and
Whenever-
then you
Whenever you
attack
draw
with-
combat, you may pay 1 life. If you do draw a card, we
Draw a card,
we
yeah.
weren't even close.
Yep. Yep. That was bad. Pretty bad.
So yeah, I was wondering if we could do that, but I don't know if you.
Oh, I'm game, man.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
do it.
game.
We'll do it. We'll do it next week.
Okay,
I'll-
cool.
I'll-
I'll buy a pack. I'll
Yeah.
buy a pack. You buy a pack, and then
Oh, we
let's
can
go.
test each other.
Yeah.
God, I'm looking at the packs in store at the moment. Like, gee, I wouldn't know.
How about Tempest?
I didn't know.
It's like $40 a pack.
How
about that?
when did Tempest come out?
It's 1998.
I was 9.
98,
It's
99.
very unlikely that I know any of the
Come
cards
on.
in Tempest.
No,
do.
no, no,
Hang
no.
a second, isn't Wasteland in Tempest?
93 was when it came,
Yeah,
when the game came out.
93,
Yeah,
yeah.
98. 98.
Is
I think.
Wasteland in Tempest?
Yes.
Is it the
it
Little
is.
Storm?
Yes.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder is in Tempest. That was the first
They are the
appearance.
2 cards.
Ancient Scroll is in Tempest.
I do not know that.
Curse, sorry,
Curse Scroll.
not Curse Scroll. Yeah,
So
not
like
Ancient
yeah,
Tomb.
you can look and
Ancient Tomb is in Tempest.
I know what that does.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
3 cards. I know what 3 cards.
Come on.
And if you opened any of those, you'd be very happy. Well, not
Yeah,
Rolling Thunder, Wasteland or Ancient Tomb, you'd be very happy.
Yeah, I bought Ancient Tombs before they spiked just by accident because we were supposed to have this like tournament, and then like the first prize of the tournament is like, yeah, okay, so first and second prize we're gonna buy an ancient, with the pool of money we buy Ancient Tombs, and then suddenly like we never had that tournament, so and then like a year goes by and suddenly like the Ancient Tombs were twice the price, and then like, hey guys, the Ancient Tombs now are like really expensive. Let us have this tournament. And then another year goes by, and then like now the price is like
Very
50%. Yeah, 50% more than it was before, which means that it's like 3 times the price that I bought it at. And it's like, guys, I'm keeping these Ancient Tombs. We are not letting them go.
Good card. 2 mana. 2 mana for 1 card. Good.
Oh, so good, so good. Like 2 life, especially like in EDH.
Who cares, right?
Yeah, 2 life. I got 38 more.
Or
Sure.
in like the
Or if you play like Oloro.
Eldrazi decks in Legacy, because that's where it sees player like the
Oh, yeah.
like the like the sneak and share or like
Oh,
combo
man.
decks. You're like, I don't really care about life because I'm gonna just.
Sure, I've got
either-
like
I'm
5 life. You got 0 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna Grizzle Brand and just gain loads of life. Or I'm gonna play Emrakul and then you're gonna lose. So it doesn't actually like life is just an abstract concept which
No,
I
you-
understand but has no real application to this game of Magic.
You can only go down to 4 because Lightning Bolt still exists. So it's like, yeah, I got
Oh,
4
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Now you have 0. Okay, let's go to the next game.
But yeah, it's it's like
So
these rules apply for lesser mortals, not for the gods playing their sneak and shows and their show and tell. So yeah. But yeah,
How did they used
next.
to think it was a fine card? I don't
I
understand.
don't know. Well, I told you, a lot of mistakes made in early Magic.
Oh
A
man.
lot of mistakes. Hexproof. There's a mistake. Oh no, that's really
No,
recent.
hexproof is massive mistake.
The less said about hexproof, the better, I think. So I was thinking about this, like, because there was a question on the Great Design Search, like I said earlier, about hexproof, and they're like,
Yep.
which one is like the least, can be reprintable, and it's so clearly hexproof. It's like they just cannot get it right.
No,
They
but they
cannot get hexproof right.
No, but they keep printing
trying.
it,
They
yeah.
keep bloody trying.
Yeah, why don't we give it
Jade Guardian.
Jade Guardian, yeah, why
And
don't
then
we have a 3/3
there's another one
hexproof?
right in Rivals of Ixalan, which is 3/2 flyer with hexproof for 5.
Yeah.
Why?
That's-
At common. Why is
Oh
it
no,
at
because
common?
it's got 2 toughness. Is that 5 mana, dude? 5 mana for 2 toughness, like it trades with a lot of things in the air. The problem with Jade Guardian was that it's a 3/3, but you could give it flying.
Yeah,
with
one
one with the wind, yeah. And that becomes like super dangerous because now you can't interact with this stupid thing.
Just such sadness, right? Just.
If it were a 3/1 hexproof, that would have been a fine card. 3/1
I
hexproof.
don't know about
You
that.
could give it like +2/+2 flying. It still, dies to like a 5 mana 3/4 with flying, of course. But that one doesn't have hexproof, which then means you can bounce it. All right, it's a very good card. Like
I just
hexproof
think
is
they
very-
haven't got hexproof right.
Make
Hexproof-
it like a 5 mana 1/1 hexproof. How about that?
I think hexproof. So shroud, which is nothing can target it,
Yeah.
which actually gets around a lot of the problems, the play patterns that people have had with hexproof recently,
Yeah.
which is like hexproof. I'll put something on it, so in Ixalan, and it's recency bias, right? And this is
Yeah.
the thing people always complain about, like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Was
I'm gonna put my curiosity on it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
put my
yeah.
one with the wind
one
on
with
it.
the wind, and just you can't interact with me, but I can interact with you.
Yep.
Now shroud, no one can interact with it, so there's no putting these old bloody enchantments
Yeah,
on
it's
there.
just like a 1/1. It will die in combat. Full stop.
Yeah. So it's yeah,
It has to die in
They
combat.
haven't got hexproof right. Yeah,
never.
I don't think. I think it should only be uncommon. I think that's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Less.
No, it should not have been printed like hexproof.
Oh,
Like,
but I think
why
they'll
do these guys
continue-
have hexproof?
But I think they'll continue to print it because I think they, at some point, it's like they're just like, yeah, we like this mechanic. It's like how they don't print protection from stuff anymore. They just give stuff indestructible. Don't know if
Right.
you noticed
Okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was
Because that's one of the things that they want to remove from the game.
protection because
Yep.
it's too complicated.
Yep.
Because it's like, why can't my creature can't block your creature?
Yeah.
Like how
And
that's
how-
not
yeah.
intuitive, right?
And how come like the damage goes onto it, doesn't die, or
Yeah.
like does it still survive a Wrath of God? And
Yeah.
like, oh, come on, people.
It's
read,
like so there's
read the rules, man.
there was God's Willing in Theros, which was
Oh, yeah.
1 white mana, give target creature protection from the color of your choice to end scry 1.
Yep.
There's now been released in Ixalan again as Rivals of Ixalan, which is give target creature indestructible.
Oh yeah, and then
Scry
Scry
1, yeah,
Yep.
at uncommon as well.
Yep.
So I think that's a change.
Hmm.
Evil Chuck 1978 asking in the chat, Frontier format, how is it going in Asia?
Not
Not in
going
Singapore.
at all.
Not good in Singapore. In Japan, it's pretty good, right? They play
Are they still at it?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Haruya's like pushing it. It's gonna come out soon. Like honestly speaking, in about 1 year's time. I said 2 years. I said 3 years 2 years ago. In about 1 year's time, we're gonna have Frontier.
Well, I think there'll be a new modern because this is, people talking about like MTG Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be Rivals over Ixalan forward from now on,
Right.
and because it's going to be really onerous to get the back catalog on in a way that is easily accessible to everyone.
They can't keep reprinting shit, right?
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
But so
could.
to play modern on MTG Arena would be very difficult because you have to give everyone access to every card pulled from.
Oh no! But MTG Arena is only
Right, Ixalan
specifically.
forward. Yeah, but they're saying so. But once Rivals over Ixalan rotates out,
It's gone.
exactly. But what do you do with all those cards then? Because you can't get rid of them. So you
Oh,
basically have a post modern format from Ixalan onwards. Which
It's
has,
supposed to go back to Mono. If I'm not wrong, it's supposed to go back to Mono, which is crazy, right?
I don't know how, but then I have to get Magic Online. I don't want to get Magic Online.
Yeah, so too bad.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem so. It seems like there might be something from Ixalan forward,
I don't know. That's
Which
crazy.
seems pretty-
That's crazy talk.
not Frontier, because Frontier has like fetch lands in it,
Yeah.
and it has fetch lands and then also the Battle for Zendikar lands, which you can they're dual lands,
Mhm.
so you can just have access to any color of mana. And most of the Frontier decks I've seen, doing some reading, they play like there's a lot of like 4-color decks.
Yeah.
Dark Jeskai,
But that's because that's still
or Abzan, because you can just have fetch lands to go get everything you want.
or just mono red like Goblin
mono
Rebel
red,
Master
yeah.
exists. No,
Yeah.
Goblin Rebel Master doesn't exist in that form.
Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think it is in. Yeah. Gamma 001 saying it feels like Wizards never knows what he wants with new things like Arena. To be honest,
Oh, it is.
Agreed.
It is.
agreed.
Eh?
No, it's not.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
it
M15.
is.
It's
Yeah.
M15. I forgot. I keep forgetting. I keep thinking Goblin Rebel Master is like in Theros, which did not have the stickers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
okay.
an M15.
All right.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah,
you can just
so
pay
maybe,
moderate.
but in Singapore I haven't seen much Frontier.
No.
Haven't seen any Frontier. Haven't seen any Pauper. That's the other thing.
It's coming. It's coming.
At GP London, there were like 300 people playing Pauper at the weekend.
Because they're all poor people.
Hey, decks cost like 50
I know.
US dollars now.
Holy
50
crap!
US
50 US
50
dollars.
US dollars.
Wow. No, you know what? Pauper decks used to be like really expensive. Pauper used to be a really expensive format because you didn't have like, you didn't have
The master set.
you
right,
didn't have master set reprints, which drove up the prices of simple things like Brainstorm. Man, you couldn't
You needed the old Macadian masks brainstorms.
Yeah. Well, they reprinted a lot of Brainstorms in the
Yeah, it's in Eternal
the decks.
Masters, right?
It's in a lot of
It's in
commander
supplemental
decks,
products.
yeah. And
Jace-
but yeah, you wouldn't get those like Gush. You wouldn't get Gush. You wouldn't get a lot of old cards that needed reprinting. Anyway, the game's over. We are all going home. We had a long day. We'd like to.
Long day, long month.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long month. Next week I won't be here.
You're not going to
So,
be here?
Yeah, next
So
week
we can't
I'm flying to
do-
China.
Oh, you're going on holiday?
No,
Going for work?
you're going for work. I'm gonna be flying in 5 different cities in 5 days.
That's exciting.
Think I'm going to kill myself.
Is your job just to test airline seats?
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
oh,
understand-
oh.
'cause I don't understand what you're doing in those cities if you're moving every day. But
Oh man, you can't imagine. No, sorry, it's 6 cities. 6 cities in 5 days.
that'll be fun. So we won't be streaming next week.
No, you could be. I mean, like Mark could take over.
but,
I could set it up.
I'll be working next week.
Oh, you'll be working.
I'll be
okay.
working.
All right.
I'll
So
be-
you guys can enjoy.
You can have
just-
we'll have another week off on the long road to the 2018 Grey Games Invitational.
Yeah, very long.
We'll start the plugging will increase the closer. It's like a proportional relationship. The closer we get to the Invitational, the more plugging for the Invitational there'll be. At the moment, we're just once or twice.
It should be like, no, come on, guys, go for the invitation.
Come if you live in Singapore, come to Grey Games, play some Magic.
and be part of like the invitationals for 2018. Yeah,
Or be very good at Magic and be the top.
and be
Pro point finish
just
from
play
Singapore.
one time in Grey Ogre Games.
Yeah, and or win the national championship.
Oh yeah, I'll win the national championship. Who
So
knows?
yeah.
All right, we're gonna call it quits. We'll see you guys next time. The next stream will be on Friday, which will be the Final Fantasy. I will be here. I'll probably be here. I don't know. Okay, don't blame. Don't look at me. I'm just I'm trying. I'm just trying. All right. Anyway, remember you can catch us on the stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time. Twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames, YouTube.com, Facebook.com. You want to if you like our content, if you want to see us do more of it, please support the stream. There's links in the Twitch channel, as well as just like, share, and subscribe all the content that you see.
Yeah.
And we'll be back soon. So don't go away. Bye bye.